Mic's on. Mic's on, boys.
We hot.
Hot and live?
Hot and comfortable.
Hot and
Alive?
a lot. Hot and live, but dead.
In our hearts.
Cold
the
and dead
same.
inside.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can probably you can kill the music whenever you're ready. That's just for the folks at home.
What was that mic look or that cam look? That was a little much.
Now that I'm sitting here, I realize it is impossible not to look at them.
Thank you.
It's this seat where you kind of don't notice it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know? No. Why would you notice it?
I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
like
focused.
exactly.
I'm focused on this conversation that we're having amongst
It's
friends.
definitely like these three seats.
Turn the music off because it might be way louder than we are.
No, I don't even know which one.
The
This one.
groove, yeah. Faded out real nice. Or just press pause.
Hard stop.
Nope.
Nope. Why didn't that do it?
He just shut off the stream, didn't he?
Yeah, I think our mics are off.
Press
The
pause.
entire 2 hours of podcast is going to be this music.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah, that's right.
Just close that. Close that. Get rid of that.
Should we
Put the Adobe up.
doing like a 5-minute check here to make sure that this isn't just a waste of effort?
No,
Feels
we're
like
good.
we
I'm
should.
watching it.
He's
I
watching
am
it.
watching the
I am-
fucking recording
I am under supervision.
like a hawk. Oliver's on the 1s and 2s today, everyone. Training wheels on.
Yeah.
I spilled the beer already, so that's all right.
well
You
done.
need training wheels.
Yeah. You got to remember to stay on your mic.
You should get a mug. It's hard to spill a
It's
mug.
the most important for you because
No.
I can't turn you up.
No.
The most
I'm
important.
in control now.
Yeah, it's true.
Why is your mic sideways?
That's
That
just how
one-
it is. It's
yeah.
side
That's how he holds it.
Is it?
Improves his aim.
Yeah.
It's so that when the
stability.
shell comes out of the mic, it doesn't fly into your face. It ka-ching! Actually, it totally flies
No,
into your
it
face.
flies into your face if you hold it sideways. That's why you
Yeah.
don't
Yes.
hold it sideways.
What? That's the only way I know how.
No wonder you've never shot it successfully.
Successful. You tried and failed to shoot.
Yeah, that's true.
No, there was I don't remember what show it was, but there was a show where they were talking about why you don't do that, and then
The sideways gun?
yeah, the reason they gave is because somebody did that, and the shell casing hit them in the neck and burned them, and then had their DNA on it, so they got caught
Yeah.
for the crime because of the shell casing and holding it sideways.
There's a
And it
movie-
super reduces your accuracy.
Yeah, no, totally.
There's a movie where it falls in some lady's cleavage. What am I thinking of? Did anyone a bullet casing and just no
I've seen a lot of movies where things fall in cleavage, but never a bullet shell.
bullet casing?
I'll
I'll give you numbers.
I'm gonna do. Wait. I want
3 down.
Yeah, I get it. But I want to. Holy, I sound weird.
Yeah, that
'cause
that
you're
makes
on
a
your
little
mic.
different.
It's like we're doing
A
a
little
crossword. 3 down.
In Metal Gear 3,
That's
Eva,
got to be record time, right?
No, it's-
like we're
Not
30
the
seconds
show
in.
hasn't even the show hasn't even officially started.
Oh,
In
yeah,
Metal
okay.
Gear Solid 3, Eva
Minus a minute.
has the Mauser military, and she uses that sideways method because the recoil actually allows her to sweep.
Yeah.
So
It's
I
very cool.
pull the trigger at Matt, and then the recoil already moves it towards Brandon, and I shoot you, and then I shoot.
That's not
Brandon.
how
That's
anything
not
works.
how recoil works, but we'll just
And,
That's how it is.
no.
That's exactly how Big Boss describes that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how
method.
he is.
yeah.
In reality.
Listen, she's the first lady in space. All right, the first person in space. In
No,
fact.
that's the boss.
Doesn't the bot? What do we? Doesn't the boss?
Eva has that gun.
Oh right, sorry. This is after she takes a person out by riding her motorcycle up his front and doing a backflip and then
Yep.
landing it on the motor. It's very cool.
Indeed,
I'm impressed
Very
by
cool.
that guy's ability to stand there. That's impressive.
It happened very fast.
Big Boss
I mean,
tears apart everybody's gun methods and.
Gun methods.
Oh,
One up.
we saw that same basic thing happen on that PlayerUnknown stream.
Oh yeah.
Weedman.
Several times.
Yeah.
Several times. Yeah.
Poor Weedman got crushed. Man, that game's so good. We should fucking. We should. Oh, that's. Oh.
Shit, I ain't got time to play that game.
You gonna play
There's
that?
too much Darkest Dungeoning going on.
That's right.
I now need you to stream that more so I can watch and live vicariously through you.
There you go. I'll stream for like 10 hours tomorrow. How
Nice,
about that?
man.
Done. I'm back on for tomorrow. I don't have to work Saturday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. We
I
still
mean, I'm
going to thing in the morning?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'll be on like I don't know 12:30 till 2 or whatever.
Well, let me know when you're done. I'll just hop on right after.
Sure. Back to back.
Back to back.
Solid block of matter day programming.
No.
Yes.
Kever Day.
here in the Church of the Matter Day
Dangle
Saints.
Day.
That's pretty good.
It's a dangle day of streams.
We'll see. We'll see.
You gotta work on like the keeping in the flow. You don't want to lose viewers. So like 20 minutes before you're done streaming, Kev should like come on. You guys chat for a bit, and then it rolls over.
Seamlessly.
Seamlessly, yeah.
All right.
I think that's the sell.
Okay, we'll see there.
And then the night
Tie
shift will
in.
take over, and we'll start the engine will roll, and
Yeah.
So who's the night shift?
1 year straight, we'll tell Bryce and Colin that they're the night shift.
Yeah, it's not going to be Brandon streaming Path to Exile. Path
Dude,
of Exile.
no one wants to watch me stream Path of Exile.
Everyone wants to
when
watch
it's just
stream
you
Path of
sitting there
Exile.
feeling sorry for yourself.
Because half of it is me looking at one of the other monitors with the 19 tabs telling me how to play the game. Yeah.
Actually, it's entirely possible that I might have to stream Star Wars Galaxies.
Ooh.
Because-
Speaking of
Oh, the
games, no
update.
one wants to see you stream.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, people probably would be way into that. I would be
There's,
way into that because that game is not
There's
fun to play.
still a potential. Actually, we should talk about this on the show because I want to talk about it.
All
on
right,
the
I'll
show.
bring some
This
right
is
away.
the show.
Turn us all up a little
is there?
bit.
There's another
Bring the
game.
main
I
up
had an
just a hair.
update that came out this week. I was going to ask you about.
Main, this one.
Yeah, the both of them together. One's left, one's right.
Oh,
Yeah,
Dark
just a little
Dungeons
bit, just
come
so
to
that
iPad.
our
Yeah,
wave
you,
is a little
you told me
bigger.
about that.
yeah, that's cool. I'm surprised it isn't there yet.
It actually does take quite a while to come to iPad for some reason. Like, what's the other one that I played sometimes that
Does that
came?
reflect?
I guess not recently, but Don't Starve.
I actually
Yeah.
Don't
can't
Starve was
really
out
hear
for
you
like
if
2
you're not
years on,
talking into your
on
mic when they're
PC
talking.
before it came to tablet.
I
we
guess
on
I've
the
never
show?
I've seen Don't Starve, but just Darkest Dungeon just
We
feels
found
like it
the
was
music.
designed
live,
almost
folks.
as a mobile game.
This is the
Oh.
pre-show.
Like
Oh,
it's
like
got a
for
lot
the
of
folks
stuff
at
that
home.
just is
Okay,
perfectly working
Does
with
that
mobile.
reflect
So
the changes
Yeah.
I do? Like
I'm just kind of
immediately?
curious.
Yeah,
It
touchpad.
seems
Yeah,
It'd be
it
good.
will.
Good with touchpad.
Yeah, so turn it up a
I
little
don't know
bit. Like, get
if the
that,
combat would be
like
very
maps.
good with touchpad.
get us a little.
because-
Yeah.
I don't know if there'd be like choose your attack, choose your enemy, and then confirm. I think they'd
Or
have
is
to do
it
that.
is it just not
Gotcha.
recording?
I guess the
that
issue is like
problem?
the UI is too complex for that
Yeah.
size as you
Yeah,
were.
that's
Yeah,
what
I'd
I'm
believe
saying.
that. Yeah. But it's like nothing is timed in the game, right? It's all
No,
completely turn
nothing's
based. Yeah.
timed.
So
Yeah.
As
Okay.
long as the time in the bottom left is still counting, it's still going.
Yeah.
we are
Yeah.
live according to this guy.
We are live. Yes, the audio version of the
Stop
podcast
looking at
isn't
the camera.
live. Sorry, the audio version of the podcast isn't live, but we're live.
This is the special.
This is seeing how the sausage is made. Oliver's learning how to do the board. Stop looking at the camera.
Not a very good sausage.
Yeah, I don't know. This is probably fine. I mean, if this episode sounds like total shit, it's not my
Yeah,
fault.
put a disclaimer.
so-
Exactly.
Does he still have like the one scene from last time, like the special one he made? Because we could totally
I
get
took
some
it off.
advertising in there.
I had actually my beer was right there.
was
so
right
I
in the
took,
scene.
Yeah, I took the mugshot then.
How's this whole stream thing working out? Like, are there people? Are there people asking?
Our good friend Lucky Roll is here.
Well, you know, little follow, great things, little beginnings, humble beginnings.
And Hermit Druid.
Absolutely.
Don't
Like
for-
that guy.
Greatness from small things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're not nearly on your mic enough.
Just turn yourself up. It's fine.
Not nearly.
You have the power now.
The nose
Don't-
whistle is
don't-
real.
It's
Don't,
like-
don't
widen
succumb
my
to
cone.
his.
I was so like I listened the last one I was on. I'm like, holy fuck, I can hear that
There's
so
gonna be
well.
so many times this show where Oliver is gonna be fiddling with the switches, and then he's gonna be talking
Oh,
while
yeah.
he's fiddling with it.
Oh,
so
yeah.
he's gonna be like, "Hey
Yeah,
guys, yeah, you
probably.
don't worry about that shit." It's
Can we
all
get like
good."
a fifth mic set up right over there
Yeah,
over
we
the board?
almost need one.
Like, listen. It like
A long time. How long? How long is
Okay.
a long time?
Okay, you keep breathing.
While we do a nose whistle check.
gonna fiddle. Yeah, we are. I'm gonna fiddle.
How long is a long time?
What do you mean?
Well,
Some guy in the chat's going, I've been listening for a long time.
Yeah,
Long time. Hey, trust me, I'm here for like 10 minutes. It feels like a long time, man.
got a lot of O's in it too, so that's how you know it's a long time.
That's a long time.
It's a long
There, it's gone now.
time.
Since like the single digits?
I sort of think
It's
gone.
hard for people to know because you guys didn't digit
I don't know.
before.
Yeah, no.
Before I brought
it
sanity
was
to the
just,
cast.
I always was a big proponent of the numbered shows, but Eads was never.
This makes sense because it's so
I
much
was
easier to
also-
like call out milestones, right?
I was absolutely also,
And to reference specific episodes.
and like show titles were a good idea too.
Well, let's just remember who runs the ship around.
2012.
I'm saying.
Hot damn, man.
Oliver.
2012. Yeah, it's
Oliver
me
runs
today.
this shit.
2012.
2012.
It's a long
Goddamn
time.
years.
How's the
It's a
nose
long
whistle?
time.
Let's hear.
See, I looked it up
Yeah,
too.
man.
It says I probably have a deviated septum.
Get
Yeah.
some.
Do some more
That's
code
exact-
and it'll
that's
just burn
exactly
it all
it.
out.
What are the strips? What are the John Madden?
The nose strips.
yeah,
what are they
the
called?
nasal something or other.
No, it's not that. Like,
The snore strips.
because that doesn't do it, but this does.
Okay, hold your nose like that the entire show.
Okay, this is one for the viewers.
Good things on- All right, I have a lore question. Somebody was going off about
A
their
TR lore question?
yeah,
Oh boy.
their favorite episode.
Okay.
Oliver was telling a story about his apartment flooding,
Yeah.
That happened.
That was.
and he
3
ends the
years ago.
story to this day nobody knows.
It's still flooding.
Oh,
Oh yeah, that's right.
They'll fix it one day.
what does he want to know? Like, if
He's
it's
just
fine?
commenting on it, and he didn't have lore, but he was curious when this was because he wants to hear it again.
Okay, turn
I want to say
Brandon
it
down a
was.
little
I
bit.
think Brando was on the show at the time. I think it was in our most recent. Before this most recent.
He says he thinks it was when Eric was still on.
Oh really?
I posted a thing on my Instagram where
2013.
I showed the flood,
Yeah, it's
Just a
and
guess.
I don't know. That'll tell you exactly where it is.
And apparently Matt said it sounds like something from a horror movie, and then Kevin laughed for 5 minutes straight, which
There.
all sounds
I
like
believe that.
All
pretty
sounds
believable.
legit, yep.
October 1st.
So why was that
2012.
so funny? October 1st, 2012. Whatever show came out
Look at
nearest
that fucking
October.
flag.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This
Holy
is-
shit!
It's like the blood coming out of the elevators. I think is exactly what
So
I said.
yeah, it was right
fucked up,
when he
dude.
started listening. Probably it
That's
was like probably one of the first episodes.
He only had enough time to put on his galoshes and take that video.
Wow, that's important. He cared back then too.
Well, you have to take the video.
Oh man, we got a
course.
gamer Gaia guy here.
Whoa!
You're not
Turn
a
me
fan?
in.
We're thinking of going
Yeah,
back
turn
to
me
that
in the
name. What do you
main
guys
cast a
think
little
about
I
that?
think we should go back to the name.
I think it's
We're
free
going back to
now.
Gamer Gaia 191 next episode.
That's spoilers. That's my talking reckless persona, or that's my reckless.
Oh
persona.
no!
You are Gamer Gaia.
Really? You're doing a persona?
Huh?
You're doing a
I'd
shtick?
put you down for a fursona, but not a persona.
As far as I know, you're the only one doing a shtick.
Are you playing
Aren't you doing
Persona
a
for it?
No?
No.
I
oh yeah,
actually-
you're right. You're not even coming.
I've got an announcement to make. We'll do that on the show.
yeah,
probably,
do it on the
but-
show.
We're still not on the show?
No,
Jesus.
I'm waiting for the host to bring us in.
I'm trying to.
You're the host still.
say the
I'm
date.
just the,
Figure out
I'm
where
just
I
the
get
guy
face
behind,
paint
guy
from.
behind the board.
because I think I'm gonna
Wow.
like paint my entire face.
What?
You know who
somehow.
would probably know?
I never really
Chantel.
noticed it, but
That's probably true.
Yeah, she probably has, knows exactly what
like
you're looking
this,
for.
when
Yeah, I could probably just
all over the
Go over to
place.
her place and
I
be like, "Hey, you
see
should
why
paint
you
my
always
face for
lose
me," and she'd
your
be like, "Oh yeah,"
mind
and then I'll end
now.
up coming
grab it.
back looking like an
Get in the
anime
habit of
kid.
grabbing
That's great, and she'll have a costume for you, and episode 17
or
with
do the
soft
or do the
point.
arms in front of it.
Oh god.
Lock the arms.
Wow.
We have someone who listened to Soft Point episodes.
On that might have been the angsty podcast at that
Yeah,
point.
he's back.
The
back
AP.
then.
So we got some Gamer Guy, we got some angsty podcasts.
Some MTP. That's when Eric.
I
was
know
on.
no one's admitted MTP in the chat today.
That just goes without saying.
Just go.
Thanks to these guys for sticking around. Like, holy
Yeah,
shit.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, why?
See, these are the people who are watching.
It's like the many people who have told us that they've grown up listening to us.
yeah,
It's
I
like,
started listening to you when I was in junior high.
Yeah,
and I just graduated college.
started listening to you when I was 12 years old.
Kind of terrifying.
Your show formed who I am as a person.
We're the father
you guys-
figures
you guys are
in
fucked up.
many
A lot of lives.
young adult lives. Yeah,
weird.
that's we're it's our fault that Trump is president.
So my question is, why you people haven't gotten like 90 friends each to come listen?
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
the podcast
shoot
is the
an
gift that
email.
keeps
We'll
giving.
send you out some sandwich boards. Go stand in the corners. We got Bryce has written an instructional manual.
preloaded iPods with 5 episodes of our podcast on them.
Yeah.
Just hand them out. Hand them out.
Yeah, just randomly on the street.
That's the best we got for marketing. We don't have a marketing guy.
Kev, are you going upstairs? Yeah.
Entertaining as hell. That's nice.
How are we? Like, this is good?
Yeah, no, this is pretty good.
This
I'm
is-
ready. Once he's back, I'll do the thing, and we'll do the thing, and just listen, and
All right, get ready, chat. We're about to ignore you. We're
you should
about to do the
legitimately
thing.
try one of those strips. That
It's
might
not,
super help
like,
you.
listen, like, it still
No, it
happens.
opens it up though.
Oh, yeah, because it goes
It like
this,
pulls
right?
your
Yeah.
nose open. Yeah, it's like a whoop
Yeah.
thing. I think that's exactly what they're for. I think you're crushing it. I don't think you can do it with your fingers.
Why not? That's what the
You would
things
have
do.
to. No, they like grab and pull out. You'd have
Pull
to like.
out?
Yeah, because they're like a little spring and they stick to your skin and then they kind of like boop and they open up your.
Yeah,
This does it.
It pulls it apart.
This
Where-
definitely does it.
Yeah, because you're opening up your nasal passage more.
Yeah,
that's totally what it is.
Anyways, I looked it up, and it says, like, you might have a deviated septum. Meaning, like...
You just
the-
WebMD'd it.
Yeah.
You have
You have
cancer.
cancer.
Yeah, you either have a deviated septum or you have fucking cancer.
Cancer.
So I'm like, well, I think I have a deviated
No,
septum.
cancer was first. You're like, you either have cancer or deviated septum.
Anyways, which means, like, I have, like, a small, a very small to, like, a big hole in this part
In
of
your
my
septum.
nose.
Yeah, all that cocaine.
I think it just means
Well...
you need to break your nose a couple times to fix it.
We can help with that.
I'm a grown ass man. You think I'll put my feet on this couch? I put my feet on his couch.
Hey, Kev, you want to explain to the
Anyways, yeah.
dear
Oh,
listener why you're in a robe?
I'm gonna buy a
This
box.
is comfortable time.
It's comfortable time.
It's comfortable time. It's time
Seriously,
for comfort.
I'm bringing a box next time if I
comfort.
remember.
Get off work. It's time for comfort.
Here, try one of these.
That dinner be dangling, no homo.
You should have seen him upstairs.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
he was dangling.
I had to
hard.
ask him to uncross his legs.
Eads was sitting across from him
Eating a sandwich.
Let me tell you,
Was it a sandwich? It was more.
that
of
was a
It's more of a turkey
that was
hot
a
dog. with
hoagie.
lettuce.
It
Yeah.
was a big hoagie.
Turkey hot dog.
Where do you fall on the debate?
The sweetest.
I think
sweet
I
and
think a
sour
hot
mustard.
dog is a sandwich.
Absolutely.
Between bread, you guys. That's a sandwich.
Stop.
It's not bread.
Everyone, quiet on set.
But what?
All right, let's.
It's meat between bread and sauces.
Yeah, but there are lots of
Sauerkraut.
what spaghetti and meatballs, if you mix it up enough, is eventually meat between what is
No,
essentially
that-
bread.
That's
Pasta
the
and bread. If you
dumbest
put it
thing
between
ever.
two pieces of garlic bread, you got a spaghetti sandwich.
Yeah. Sloppy Joes.
No, that's
even
gross.
I have eaten spaghetti sandwiches.
Absolutely,
in
it's
my
good.
day.
It's
I've
Yeah.
funny.
eaten spaghetti pizza.
I
funny.
have
It's
not eaten
really
spaghetti
good.
pizza. I've heard.
And also your open face sandwich thing where you can't get behind open face sandwiches. What about steak sandwiches, motherfucker?
That's just a steak with a piece of garlic bread.
That's an open face.
I mean, yeah,
sandwich.
they
That's why
call
they
it a steak sandwich, but I don't pick it up. I eat it with a fork and knife.
You could.
So,
I eat pizza with a fork and knife sometimes.
Well, that's because you're just wrong.
Because I don't like getting my fingers.
Like you're just
dirty.
losing credibility by the second
But
when
yeah,
you say
like
that.
no, the steak sandwich is not a sandwich because you don't eat it like a sandwich.
You know, yes, you're right. I've seen guys take it off the thing because they don't want the blood.
Yeah, but I
on-
can just
on
take
the
my
bread.
sandwich apart too. I can take the hot dog out of the bun. If I take the hot dog out of the bun and eat them separately, is it no longer
But
a
like,
sandwich?
it's almost standard to eat a steak. Like 50-50, I would say that people eat the steak sandwich separately, like the steak and the bread
Yeah.
separately.
Yeah,
Anyways, back to
probably,
the main thing.
No,
Is
the
like
best
yes,
part about it is
Oh yeah, it's the combo.
steak
It
with
is.
the garlic bread. Yeah,
sogging it up.
hot dog is like that bun is for you to eat that hot dog without dirtying your fingers, and that's what a sandwich is all about.
If the bread is there to get the ingredients into you without dirty, finger protection is what defines the sandwich.
yes, that's exactly how sandwiches
Okay,
were made. Like
okay.
a prince.
Hold on.
Like
hold
an
on.
English prince. Actually, this is how it's made. Somebody
The
look it
urn
up.
of sandwich.
Somebody look it up. I swear to God,
Didn't
that's
Okay,
exactly how a sandwich was
What
made.
if you eat literally anything with these? Is that a sandwich?
Yeah, what are they?
What are
Bread
those?
gloves.
Bread gloves. Yep.
Yeah, sandwich.
no? Fuck. What was I gonna say? What were we talking about?
Sandwiches.
We're
all we talk about
We're
is
talking about
sandwiches.
Duke Sander and how he invented the witch, as it was called back then.
I had something I was gonna say, but I don't remember what it is.
Can you please look up the origins of the sandwich? Because that's exactly how it was.
All right.
While you're doing that, it's August the 14th. Welcome to the Talking Reckless podcast. My name's Matt Eads, joined by Kevin Barr.
Hey, Matt, how you doing this
doing
fine
okay.
August 14th?
I'm doing really well, actually, because you and I can see each other. We can have like a really
Yeah, this is the
eye
first
contact.
time like
We have eye
I
contact.
think in a long time that we have been able to
Had eye
stare
contact.
longingly in
It's
each
so
other's
intense.
eyes. Yeah.
Are you gonna blink? Because I really want to blink.
I am actually the master of staring contests.
All
If
right,
the
I'm gonna
staring
give up then,
contest
if you're the
was
master.
a Reckless Rumble event,
Yeah.
y'all motherfuckers be going down.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty good, Adam. How are you at staring contests? Sandwich
Poor.
stat looker upper.
Stat looker.
Yeah.
That's all I do is look up sandwich stats. I'm
Brandon
poor.
Makawecki.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
And on the ones and twos, Oliver Aguilar.
Wah, 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 wah. Where's that button? I need that button. Air horn button.
Stop pressing it.
One
We
more
don't-
time.
No.
Broken.
The bit's done.
Ah.
That's the dab button. Don't press that button. Do
Oh, yeah,
not.
I'm fucking like dab splash range here this episode.
Yeah,
Fuck.
yeah, you are. I'm gonna spill all the drinks when I dab.
My dabs are on point. You don't got to worry.
Yeah, we know. Oliver's running the board today.
Yeah, so if there's a noticeable drop in quality, that's Matt's fault because he
My
let me
bad,
run
guys.
this.
Yeah,
If there's a noticeable improvement in quality, please let us know so we can rub it into Matt.
I'm fine. You're just sitting over here.
Or just lie. Just tell us there's a noticeable improvement because it will
Doing-
crush his soul.
I've been
He
sitting.
will lose sleep.
I've been sitting beside the mixer and the keyboard for like over 10 years. This is really
Yeah.
strange.
What are you doing with your hands now?
I grip this beer so I
Pour
don't
beer
spill
all
it
over
again. Oh man. So what is the origin of the sandwich? Did we find out?
Oh yeah. I wasn't sure if we wanted to actually run that, but I got it here now. Yeah, it was what was his name? John Montague, the 4th Earl of Sandwich.
Yeah, Duke sandwich.
Earl.
Well, he's gonna
Like,
eventually
for
become
real?
a Duke.
Yeah.
What?
Yes!
Are you just fucking? Did you?
The
and
sandwich is
Oliver, like,
considered
work
to have
this
been
out?
named after John Montague, the 4th Earl of Sandwich.
Huh.
because he wanted to eat like ham or something, and he didn't want to dirty his fingers. So
Understandable.
he cut some bread.
I feel like that part of it's a little more apocryphal. But the modern,
It's a big. I don't know. Just a humble electrician. I don't know what apocryphal means either.
it's a story that's assumed to be true, but is ultimately false. Like certain quotes are apocryphal.
Yes,
Like,
I
give
see.
me-
Well, what is the
give me liberty or give me death. Like the people assume they said them, but they're probably not true. Sorry.
what does the wiki say?
That is. It just says that the inventor is. It's been named after its inventor. That's all we got. There's no more depth of whether he was worried about or just soiling his dainty British fingers.
How could you know? They were called soillesses, but that because you don't your hands are soil free. But it's a hard word to say, so they became
Okay, it is
sandwich.
commonly said that Lord Sandwich was fond of this form of food. Lord Sandwich is just
That's
great.
my reckless
So, he's
Because it allowed him to continue playing cards. I'm with you, buddy. Particularly cribbage while eating without using a fork,
yes.
without getting his cards greasy from eating meat with his bare hands.
See,
wow.
a man.
But that's completely like it's assumed, it's commonly said, like that's the
What was
definition
that?
of apocryphal.
well, apocryphal.
Apocryphal. Apocryphal.
There, this is. Yeah.
Are we good on our sandwich?
Ipso facto,
Ipso fact.
What is
hot dogs are sandwiches.
Wait, wait. We got
Ergo.
the opening of the sandwich. What is it?
That's
Interpolating.
That's a very special day of the year. The opening of the sandwich.
A sandwich is typically consisting of vegetables, sliced cheese or meat, placed on or between slices of bread, or more generally, any dish wherein 2 or more pieces of bread serve as a container or wrapper for another food type.
So now burritos are sandwiches.
Absolutely.
Wraps are sandwiches.
Have you not seen,
corn
like,
dogs are sandwiches.
The sandwich alignment chart.
I don't want to. I'm chaotic whole wheat.
I am lawful good.
Yeah, lawful good sandwiches.
You're
boy.
a structure and ingredient purist, a hardline traditionalist.
That's right.
Wow, I don't know.
So ingredient purist believes that must have sandwich toppings between meat, cheese, lettuce, condiments. Or can sandwiches contain literally anything? Is an ice cream sandwich a sandwich?
Yes. Yes.
So do you guys like video
the
games
cookie
or
part protects your fingers from getting deluged
Stop.
in ice cream.
Is an ice cream taco a sandwich?
ice cream taco?
what about an ice cream burrito?
What about a Big Boss? No, that's different.
What
that's
that-
weird. No,
And then ultimately, is a Pop-Tart a sandwich?
what's the chicken one? Where you have 2 chickens?
The double down.
Double down. That's what it's called.
2 entire chickens, yeah. Big boss.
Big Boss.
KFC had a big
They
sandwich
did.
called the Big
They
Boss.
did. I remember that. That's great.
I'm fact checking now.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
absolutely. I loved the Big
You love-
Boss.
you-
Obviously,
you do love Big Boss.
Name alone. Fellas, as Lord Sandwich, it is my duty to tell you that the Reckless Rumble is coming up August the 26th, noon, Mountain Standard Time.
Oh my God! It's like a Big Mac with just chicken in it. It's the double. Wow. Okay.
Oh,
sorry.
that sounds
Sorry.
okay.
Sorry.
Listen,
My lord, I'm sorry.
Reckless Rumble is coming up. I have a very important announcement to make. Are you guys ready? Maybe I should do this at the end of the show. I don't know.
Yeah. Like
It's
tease
a
it
little
now.
bit okay. Yeah, I'll save
Tease
it at
it
the
now.
end because it's going to be a little disruptive. I
And then
think.
the people who are like, "Fucking,
Yeah,
this
Kevin
show
already
is the
knows
worst,"
because
but
Kevin totally fucking spoiled it on the pre-show, but that's fine.
Yeah, nobody listens to pre-show.
Yeah,
No,
that's true.
I'm pretty sure 0 people.
people will have to struggle through the show to listen. To hear
And we
your
know
secret.
it is a struggle, and we thank you
Well,
for making that
Only-
monumental effort.
Only an hour and 50 more minutes of sandwich talk, and then we can get to it. Tune in. That's like 15 days from live recording. On
This is the 14th. It's the official day, so 12 days from.
12 days from. If you're listening to this on the internet, or I guess everyone is. If you're listening to this as it was meant to be delivered.
If this was given to you on a vinyl record, I can't tell you what day it is, and
Yeah,
you really need to consider.
Do you think we
what's
could?
going on.
That'd be
get
cool.
Do you think we sound better on vinyl?
We could
let's see
totally
if
print
we
a
can
show on the vinyl.
print
2
it on
hours
vinyl.
though. That'd be how much
Be a
do records
collection.
hold?
No, you
Yeah,
just
that'd
have
be
to
a
flip
couple.
it.
I don't know, probably like 2 records. We'll do like a big 2-disc pack.
Yeah, sweet. That would
If anyone
actually.
wants vinyl TW,
That would be as dumb, if not dumber, than the Kevin coasters. That would be like the perfect amount of stupid.
Yeah.
I like that. We should do a New Year's show. We'll do a big 12-disc New Year's show.
Like, I feel like the economy of scale, we need to get like a decent amount of them printed to be even
Nah, just
remotely.
one.
No, yeah.
Just like
There has
It's like that Wu-Tang album. There's one copy.
limited, yeah.
There has to be a website where you can just send them an MP3 and they'll press it onto a record
Yeah, but
for
it's
like
just- it's-
$80 or whatever.
I assume it's more expensive. Speaking of, do Did you know about the Wu-Tang album?
Oh, I knew. Yeah, we talked about the
Yeah,
Wu-Tang
we-
album
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the show.
On the
Yeah.
show.
Shirkelly got indicted today for felony fraud. He's the guy who owns it.
Oh, is he? Was that today? I thought that was
It was like last week, but
yeah.
he's now going to prison. What's going to happen to that album?
Oh man.
It's
Well,
gonna
what?
sit
That's a-
on his,
yeah.
on his
Yeah.
estate.
Unless
gonna
they're
sit on his
unless
mantle.
they're seizing
Are
his
they
assets or
seizing his
something.
assets?
Yeah.
Is the album is now police custody?
You could buy it at a police auction.
Man, I wonder if you could get it for cheaper than he got it for, because he paid what, 25
Probably
million?
more. Probably more.
Some
than that.
staggering
Yeah.
silly number. Yeah.
On the same page, we should totally put out the New Year's show on like VHS.
Betamax or nothing. I have standards.
We could get it to VHS. Like we reasonably could get it to VHS. That wouldn't
Yeah.
be impossible.
I don't think there's.
but no one's gonna. Okay, VHS. Like,
Yeah, that
sure,
wouldn't be
send us
impossible.
DVDs.
I'm sure we could get like one of those old school VHS handheld cameras.
Yeah,
Like, it might
point
take
it
us.
at the computer or just record it on the VHS. Record
Yeah,
it
exactly.
right too.
Record it.
That's
The
I guess
weird.
grainy,
that's- yeah.
awful with a mic on it, so that's all the sound they get is
Yeah.
whatever that thing picks up. I'm sure Brando's got one of those in his dusty storeroom at work.
They probably
Yeah,
do.
probably.
Yeah,
Yeah,
actually do.
almost
Takes the
guaranteed.
full size VHS.
That thing probably needs 2 people to move it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's one of those ones with the handles that they used to use on the new shows.
Yep. The big booms. The boom cams.
Sure.
Oliver, how you been?
I've been okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
That honestly, that doesn't sound like you've been okay.
I've been fine.
Oh yeah. No, it's fine. It's okay.
I don't know what to tell you. Honestly, the only reason why I'm on this show
I don't know.
Is your haircut
if
get
anyone's
canceled?
prepared to hear this.
is to just fucking learn the boards.
No, that's why.
The boards.
I have nothing to talk about.
No.
That's
No.
our version of the ropes.
There are games that I want to play,
Yeah.
but those came out like last week and didn't.
But who
I-
wants to talk about last week's games?
No, I didn't have time to actually
Stale
like
and old.
play them.
No.
But I'd love to hear you guys talk about them.
Yeah. All right.
Last week,
Matt, what
James,
have you been up to?
Whether we've played them or
Oh,
not.
hey, thanks for asking.
Yeah.
I've been playing some Hellblade. I've been
Yes.
playing Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice. Senua.
That's exactly what I want to hear.
I just
about.
want to point
Yeah.
out that on the show notes, it's Eads : Hellblade.
That's what they-
Which sounds just like an awful fan-made game.
That's the sequel to
Eads
Lord Sandwich.
Hellblade.
Lord Sandwich, the prequel.
All right.
Eats Hellblade.
Eads Hellblade.
So it's called Hellblade or Hellboy?
Hellblade.
It's called Eads Hellblade.
Hellblade.
The game is called Hellblade. The Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice.
I gotta say, just based on the name, it sounds stupid.
Is there a sword from hell involved in it at all?
Yeah. So I'm only like maybe 2 hours in, which apparently is like maybe a third of the game. And yes, maybe
There is a Hellblade.
Like,
It's not just
you are going to hell.
true,
You're on your way to hell to try to reclaim the soul of your dead lover.
like you do.
Yeah, like many people, like Kratos before her,
Sure.
and
Isn't Kratos now doing that in like the same environs too?
yeah, well, yeah, I guess he totally, yeah, he is, yeah, because it's all like Norse mythology and shit. It's a weird like kind of walk around and look at stuff game, and then sometimes it suddenly turns into this like kind of bad action combat thing. Yeah, it's an experience.
I've
is
heard
what
like the
it is.
combat was a good thing. Like, is it not good?
It's okay. I have found it to be trivially easy so far, and I mean, as a professional video gamesman, of course I would, but journeyman video gamesman.
I don't know if
it's
you've
not
taken your
great.
journeyman
It's
yet.
interesting.
He's put in the years.
Yeah, you think?
Not totally. I'm actually a master video gamesman
He
at
works
this
for
point.
I feel like
BioWare.
he's gonna be that like 30-year apprentice where he just
Yeah,
just
that's
doesn't
right.
never get
He's
the
just
test.
never gets the
always
paperwork
got his
done.
4th year.
Yeah.
It
Too slow to get the journeyman.
it never throws up the controls at any point, so the combat's really interesting when you're like, oh, weird. What do I? Okay, Y is a heavy attack, X is a quick attack. All right, I'm getting it.
It's just like real life.
Yeah, exactly. And
Ever see
then
control scheme come up?
at some point, I just popped open the settings, and it's like, oh, here's the control scheme. Why? That should maybe have just been up there, but it's just like real basic. Hold right trigger to block. Okay, you blocked him. Now hit him a bunch. Now he's dead. Now fight another guy in these weird little combat arenas.
Makers of Heavenly Sword.
Yes, and Enslaved, Odyssey to the West. Yep.
Okay.
Twing twang, motherfucker.
Did either of you two, Brandon or Kevin, play Heavenly Sword?
No, I saw the commercials for it, but I think that was an Xbox only, if I remember
PlayStation
right.
only, but it's PlayStation 2.
PlayStation 3
Three?
launch title, I think. I don't know if it was launch, but
Yeah,
it was right
PlayStation
around
3.
launch.
It was
very,
very,
close
very
to
It
launch.
was some exclusive that I didn't have the console at the time, and
Okay.
then by the time I picked up, I guess, PlayStation 3, it was like 4 years after release, so it's no point in going back.
Well, there's probably still nothing to play on PlayStation 4 years later.
Metal Gear?
Yeah, but think of all the stuff you could
Sure.
toast on that thing.
So when this game starts, it gives you this like full page of text. It's like, hey, this game is supposed to be as close as we can get to an accurate representation of what like psychosis is, of what like being schizophrenic is really like, and then it says play with headphones in all caps. I'm like, okay, fuck you, game, you don't own me. I do what I want, and didn't start playing with headphones. And the game opens up, and it's immediately you're not hearing the main character's thoughts, but you are hearing all the voices in her head that she hears. So there's this,
That's
this
cool.
really weird, like conflicting, just like a barrage of voice. They'll be like, oh, check over there. No, don't check over there. You're wasting your time. She won't go over there. Yeah, I think she'll go. Like, it's just like 30 or 40 voices all yelling conflicting shit at you. And from the TV speakers, it's kind of just nonsense. You're like, okay, this is unintelligible garbage. And then I switched to the headphones, like it told me. And they're doing like really weird shit with their audio where like I just have stereo headphones at home. And there were multiple times where like I'm like kind of like, man, it sounds like someone is whispering right fucking behind me.
Sound frequency.
That's a word to do with sound? Yes.
Yeah.
Are you guys with me and just hoping like someone's gonna write in and be like, dude, there's no voices in that game. Like I don't know what you're talking about, and then he's gonna have kind of a little breakdown here on the show.
Yeah, that would be good.
No, I'm gonna play it like this week and be like, man,
There's no voices. I don't know what the hell.
It'll
about.
be so the voices will really be there, but Oliver will have like some weird surround something where the channel they're on is disabled and he actually can't hear them.
It just outputs outside his house
Yeah.
for some reason, just screaming into the streets. Yeah.
And it's really weird and really fascinating with the headphones. Like, it's fucking cool and unsettling. And they're doing some cool stuff where, like, the voices are talking to you, the player, and at some points, like, the main character will suddenly look at the camera, and the voice that's talking will be like, "Oh, she heard us, she heard us." And then she like goes back to what she was doing, and she's like, "Okay, we gotta be quiet now." Blah blah blah. And like they get back into it, but it's really really interesting.
I'm always leery whenever a game is like, this is what as close as we can get to X experience in video game form. So it's like, no, that's like I don't know a lot about schizophrenia, but I would think that that's probably not even close to what it's like.
So keep that theme in mind of they're trying to recreate this like semi-accurate what it is like to, well, they say psychosis, but I assume that's all, I assume schizophrenia and everything's lumped in there. I don't actually really know.
Psychosis, I think it's just a blanket term for sort of
for
mental,
all sort of.
Yeah.
So at the very beginning of the game, you go through a part. There's a narrative reason for it, but they tell you that if you fail too much, if you die too many times, the game will erase your progress and you'll have to start over.
I feel like you can without spoiling, you can explain kind of what happens. I think that improves the narrative here.
Yeah, I honestly don't.
It's a scripted fight. You're forced to lose.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, you're right. Because I got to a point where the enemies were just invincible, and I was just killing them over and over and over again, and then they finally overwhelm you.
And they overwhelmed you. And
yeah, and you lose, and yeah, you get infected with this like the venom symbiote, basically this black goo that is. It builds its way up your arm, and once it gets to your head, you die. It's kind of like it's like gangrene almost.
Grayscale.
Grayscale, yes.
I'm gonna call the end to this game right now.
Mm-hmm.
No, spoilers. Spoilers.
You're in a mental hospital, and it's all in your head.
That'd be cool. That'd be really cool. But so, anyways, we're thinking about they're trying to make the accurate representation of psychosis. They have this really weird, like stressful, very stressful thing of like, don't fuck up or you'll have to start over. And like fucking up on, say, hour 5 of a 6-hour game seems devastating.
So the idea is that like every time you die in the game, the infection advances a little bit, and if it gets to your brain, you're dead.
And it visually crawls up her arm, and
like
she
you die a bunch,
and it gets more and more black.
Yeah, because like every time you come back from death, she'll like look at her arm like, this is not good.
Yes. So I learned, I had actually kind of read this ahead of time, and it was when I was like, oh, I gotta stop looking at Hellblade. And again, all right, there's a very minor spoiler. Listen, if you're gonna play Hellblade, I recommend you plug your ears for 2 seconds. If you do die enough, it doesn't erase your game.
No,
it doesn't do anything.
You can't make games like that anymore. You can't. No. You can't. Because like, look at the giant amount of pushback they got because people are like, well, this is bullshit. I don't want my gamer.
All that said,
That's just the media being shitty. But
I wish I didn't know that. Like, I'm fine knowing it. I'm not angry or anything. But playing it, I wish I didn't know that, because that tension, that's
why it's
false
there.
sense of tension
Yeah.
is so good and brilliant in the sense that, like, here's what anxiety feels like. If you're not someone who deals with anxiety, here is a video game representation of this false sense of just the world fucking bearing down on you in a way that you can kind of understand.
And it takes you out of the game sense of it. Like, a lot of times if you're playing a game that's a little hard, you're like, well, I'm gonna go in and take a stab at it and we'll figure it out, right? Like, it's the Dark Souls mentality. I'll die a bunch till I figure it out. This, you don't want to do that. It becomes, every step and misstep becomes so much more meaningful.
I love it. It makes the character feel real. It makes all the shit going on feel, well, real.
Right.
And I really, really like it. I'm gonna finish it this weekend.
So Kev, you're figuring, like, at the end of it, you strike that final blow, and then all of a sudden you're in a hotel room and you just hear the Pixies, Where's My Mind playing as you're strapped to a bed.
Well, probably not a hotel room.
Oh, not a hotel.
Yeah,
Sorry,
maybe like a padded room. You're kind of sitting.
They
in the
call them
corner.
hotels for the inmates, so they feel better.
Oh,
That'd be a good one too. My thought right now, having not finished the game, is that she is a schizophrenic in, like, ancient Norse times, and this is how, like, oracles of old were probably people dealing with these mental problems, right? They're seeing visions and all this shit, and even though hers are, like, weirdly prophetic, but after the fact, you're like, okay, I see now that, yeah, it's just her seeing stuff. All right, I'm with you.
And it's like environmental puzzles, right? Like, there's a puzzle aspect of the game that I've heard is really clever.
Some very light, but, like, in-world, in-fiction puzzle solving, it is very clever.
And it's like the way they're solved, like, because normally puzzles feel a little, like, hacked into the game. Like, the real world doesn't have puzzles, you know. But the way her mental state is, it makes them make sense. She needs to look at things in a certain way and do things a certain way.
It's like a form
for
of super OCD. Of, like, I can't open this door until I count every picket in this fence.
Yeah, like, it really sells the mechanics of the game into the story of the game in a way that a lot don't.
I dig it. I think, again, having not finished it, like, maybe it just ends with a womp womp, but I think it's really, really clever and
It's
fresh.
really neat.
Yeah.
Because, like, you guys are, like, okay, so you preface, or the game prefaces it with saying this is as accurate of, what is it?
Psychosis.
Yeah, of
and it even
psychosis.
gives you, like,
But then you're mentioning things like, I don't know what the fuck you just mentioned. OCD and
obsessive compulsive disorder.
yeah, and the anxiety of, like, the game. That's very cool.
Yeah,
From
and
how you guys describe it.
that disclaimer they give you, there's a part on the bottom where it's like, if you actually suffer from the symptoms, we maybe recommend you don't play this game because it might be too intense for you.
Huh.
It's the kind of thing where, like Kev said, it can be really hacky. Like,
Totally. I think it's
Like,
really easy to flub that.
really to make it just awful and just, like, super gimmicky. And I've heard it handles it very well. And
I think so.
Yeah, like the default whenever I see something like that is just assume that they are wrong. They don't know what they're talking about, and it's probably trash.
Or they've sacrificed so much gameplay to try and
Yeah.
I don't know, tell you a story, explain how this disease works to you. Whereas this, it feels like it's very well meshed.
Yeah. It feels very organic. And it looks gorgeous. It like really, really in-depth facial capture, and
They've always been good at that. What studio is this?
Ninja Theory.
Yeah, they totally always been good
cheap
at that.
for a game of that quality. I hear.
Enslaved.
Yeah, that was good.
Was it?
That's Andy Serkis.
Yeah, but was it mocap facial shit, or was it just talking heads? I don't think so.
Yeah,
Was Pigman mocapped?
totally.
I don't think so.
And same with Heavenly Sword.
Heavenly Sword, I remember, was for sure.
Yeah,
because
so-
that was Andy Serkis ass Andy Serkis.
Yeah,
I don't know. Well, you might be right.
I think I'm right.
What did you ask? Sorry, did you have something there? I
I got
totally.
nothing. You guys were just going on.
Yeah,
Were you hearing voices
again?
again?
Heavenly Sword was awesome.
It was.
And so is
if you going back to Heavenly Sword, the fucking combat is so bad.
Yeah, I haven't gone back to the game since I first played it.
The characters are cool.
I remember that game was awesome.
Steering the cannonball
And
by tipping the PS3 controller.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
they had this shitty because the PS3 controller had the motion sensor.
6 axis.
Did it really?
Yeah, 6 axis.
So does the DualShock 4.
I know the 4 does, and I thought it was kind of cool. I didn't know
And
the
so
3
they
did.
had these little like shooting gallery sequences where you shoot cannons, and then you can actually steer them. They never explained why you could steer them, but you could steer them.
Because she had the Heavenly... No, she didn't have the Heavenly
No,
Sword at that point.
they were just shooting cannons, and
Yeah.
also twing twang, motherfucker,
Twing, twing, twang, motherfucker.
arrows.
Yay!
arrows, just straight up.
It was
Drop
neat.
the mic.
That is the explanation. Arrows.
It was-
Arrows.
Yes, arrows, of course.
It was neat because
seen arrows.
it was new, and it was again like it was a first generation PS3 game.
That's how Legolas does it.
Does he do that?
Fucking tips
Twang
his,
twang.
tips his PS3 controller. I tried to. Bloodborne apparently added like motion controls that I could not get to work. You can do you have like emotes that your character does, and apparently
is it I'm using tilt controls? Does your character scream that?
No, that'd be cool though.
You don't play a lot of Wii stuff.
No.
Okay.
No, I don't.
It comes up all the time. Like when you log, I'm using tilt controls, and
Oh.
I'll just say that it's dumb.
Is that Splatoon? That's
And like
probably-
anything,
that's
I see it a lot
probably
in
Splatoon.
cart.
I know it's very controversial in Splatoon.
You have to use tilt controls in Splatoon, or you're a goober.
That's so I've heard.
Yeah, and I've
I've
watched people just like pound their head against it because they're not intuitive or good
Yeah.
at all. But it's you get a lot more accuracy. Like you get to.
I think you can swing up and down way faster than
Yeah,
you can.
I
Like,
don't know exactly
stick
why,
up
but
and
all I've
down,
heard,
but-
if you want to play Splatoon at any level more than just mouth breather, you need to use tilt controls.
we could use a little more mouth breathing on this show, Oliver.
I'm breathing through my mouth.
Sorry, that wasn't a targeted insult.
No, I know what I am.
That's all
I've
I've
accepted my lot.
Okay,
in life.
one more question about Hellblade. Are there any
Trophies.
No. So Andy Serkis was in.
Is Andy
was-
Serkis in the game?
Yes.
No.
Any
As
significant?
far as I know, no. Nobody that I recognize.
Is any of that stuff good? Like,
Yes, that stuff is fucking impeccable.
great.
If
It's
someone told you at the end of the
best,
game
in
that
fact.
every single voice was in fact Andy Serkis, would you be surprised?
Whoop, we'll just not answer that.
Matthew.
Hey, remember how I was complaining about Shaw Cable totally fucking me around today?
Wow.
They're phoning me right now. I'm
Do you
not
need to
gonna
answer that?
No, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna fucking put them to voicemail.
Ninja Theory also did the DMC game, didn't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
That DMC reboots.
Fucking great game.
Yeah,
Those
they're on-
guys
They're on
are
a
good.
good streak. Yeah.
The game's cheap too. Hellblade.
Yeah, cheaper, $35 or something
Yeah, so
like that.
30 American and real
Yeah,
dollars.
it's good. I've heard it's very short. So if you're someone who likes to get 500 hours out of your games,
How
Play it
long-
100 times.
play it 100 times.
How long are you at it?
I'm only like two and a half.
And you're
something
almost
like
done?
that. I've heard it's 6 hours, so I'm just
Fucking A.
assuming I am.
That is totally my wheelhouse.
Yeah, it's very you. You'll love it.
Good.
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 Brandon, what you been up to?
Nothing. Nothing. I started going to nothing. I got like super.
What the fuck is happening? That wasn't mine.
That wasn't mine.
That was
Nope.
definitely not mine.
That was someone from that side of the table.
That was yours.
That is you.
All right,
Yeah.
that time it was mine.
And probably
Yeah, the
the
same
first
sound was.
I'm gonna mute it, you guys. Well, I thought the first one was like a dun dun. It was just the Bioshock objective sound. That's what it was.
Oh, I thought that was Law and Order.
Well, that's the
That's
first.
the clang clang.
The first one I thought was dun dun.
Where's the Dick Wolf? Yeah,
What you been
good.
up to?
that's okay. I got accidentally like deeply sucked into Path of Exile.
Yeah, how deep?
That's really all I've played. I got to like, so my character that I came back to, and I'm like, I'm gonna play again, and it refunds all your talents. I'm like, I can't do this. was level 71 out of 100.
It's so intimidating. I totally understand it.
Yeah, and so I started again. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do this thing. I went and found a guide, and someone had like a really fucking detailed guide. I got to like level 60 and just about finished the campaign, and it was getting tough. It was getting like painful and depressing, and the game is this old school punish you, like you die, you lose experience kind of thing. I'm like,
Really?
oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
I should play this game.
And I'm like, this sucks. And I started to look around. I'm like, oh, there's just a really detailed guide on this build. Doesn't mean it's good.
Oh
Well, fuck. So I had to start over this week, and I'm like almost back to where I was because playing straight.
There's no no reset your talent thing.
Oh, there is. There's orbs you can get that let you reset 1 talent per. So if you want to grind and find them, you can
Good.
go back through your 80 talents.
That's good. Is there, say, a microtransaction that I
Nope.
could I really?
That's the one thing I'll give the game is all the microtransactions are purely cosmetic.
Wow, good for them.
Like the closest one I did buy one today. It lets you buy like inventory tabs. Like you can store more crap in the bank.
Okay, that's not
Not
cosmetic.
cosmetic.
It's not cosmetic, but it's not like
But-
you can play the game without that completely
Yeah,
fine. You just
totally.
can't store as much crap as you want
That's
to,
fair.
right?
Is it generous with the storage, like, or are you getting like one page?
You get like it's
Are
like
you
a fair bit.
incentivized to buy storage?
I haven't been like the one thing that I'll give the game that's awful is the game is very deeply economy based if you ever played the Diablo 2 like that, but there's no in-game trading or anything. It's all APIs and websites. Like everyone's just like, if you want to buy something, go to this basically eBay for Path of Exile where people post
weird.
their stuff.
For real money?
Well, no, it's for in-game
In-game gold?
In-game, like, well, there's
Or is
no
there-
gold.
Is there a
Everything's orbs, and like so there's different orbs do different things, and they convert at different ratios. So
There's no Stone of Jordan.
It's effectively Stone of Jordan.
The Soj standard.
Soj standard. So it's Chaos Orbs in this. So you like go and you're like, oh, this item's worth 20 Chaos Orbs, and it's you just go through, and so that's awful. So if you want to, if you buy the premium stash tabs, you can scrape items from there into the API. You can sell them from the stash tabs. So,
I've often scraped my premium stash.
So just like to just play the game, no money, but like I did spend money today on. I spent like $6.
Whoa,
nice,
big money.
I'm proud of you.
Would you on just banking inventory?
Yeah, banking inventory.
Yeah, nothing cosmetic.
No, I looked at. There's you can spend, what is it? The most expensive thing you can buy is the like this expansion's name pack. It gets you like 4 cosmetic sets and a T-shirt and an art book.
Real life T-shirt.
Oh yeah,
okay.
Or
All right,
instead of a
we're talking.
T-shirt, you can get more in-game like fake dollars for the tune of $4.20 US.
Scrape that premium stash, bro.
Yeah. So there's a lot of money, but it does that kind of thing really well.
$4.20 US. Come on.
Hey, a T-shirt for $4.20 is pretty good price for a T-shirt.
I assume
And
it was
then you get-
$420.
Yeah.
The most expensive item was probably $420.
Yeah, you get like a bunch of in-game currency and all this crap at $420. Yeah.
So really, it's 420.00. It's not even 420.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Barely counts.
Jesus.
But yeah, no, the game's it's been fun and it captures me and it's good and once you commit those 40 hours, I spent half my work week fucking researching this game.
You're in the grind now?
I'm in the grind. I'm excited. I'm finally going to get to the actual end game. If anyone's played it, I'm very close. I've never done maps. I'm the casual. That's their end game thing. So I'm there. I'm excited.
Is it just so now is the equivalent of Nephilim Rifts, the random terrain to get loot type of thing?
Yeah, but it's much deeper than that. So like you can't just click, I want to go to Rift, I want to go to Rift. You have to find certain maps and they'll be like, this map has a certain tile set and it's a certain level.
Oh, weird.
And then you can find like, just like you can find rare and unique and magic items, you can find rare and unique and magic apps that'll have special modifiers on monsters are harder and they level up. And then there's certain special maps you can find to kill like I guess the Diablo equivalent is the Uber bosses for special. There's a stupid amount of ridiculous depth to it. So
well,
it's tight. The game's fun. The issue I'm kind of having is they kind of got into an arms race with the players of in this last patch they doubled most of the boss's health, because if you play like the really deep, I understand this build, you start doing damage numbers in the insane amount. So if you're casual, if you're just a guy who's like, I'm gonna have fun and try this, you
like Diablo.
you just get destroyed, like, because everything's tuned around these power players to make it not be
weird
pushover to them. So that's what I got to with my kind of crappy build. I'm like, all right, so you lose experience when you die,
just like Diablo 2.
Yeah, but if you hit a level, you can't de-level.
Just like Diablo 2.
So the strategy became, okay, there's a boss room. Let's run around till I hit a level because I know I'm going to die 19 times on this. Like, this is really dumb. That's my only... Some people love the boss fights, but I think they're awful.
Yeah.
Like Diablo 2 was never good at boss fights. None of the Diablo clones have ever been good at boss fights. It's not the best part of the game.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think they've
Listen, I got real good at beating Blood Raven. Is that her name?
Yeah.
Blood Raven. Yeah. What the heck? We like the health bar all the way across the fucking screen. You're like, okay, if I die once, I'm dead.
Yeah.
And like, you just got to dodge every shot, and it's
That's
Dark
all it
Souls
is.
in a way.
It's a lot of one-shot mechanics, and I don't like games like that to be like that.
Yeah, you like mowing down enemies by the thousands.
It's fun, and there's a good. I don't know. It feels like a bad difficulty. Like mine was, all the good specs are minions or totems, so you don't do anything because you have to spend all your time running away from all these one-shots. So that's a bummer. That sucks, but I'm deep into the game.
Hardcore Diablo, huh?
It's hardcore Diablo. The worst is there's an option in the show notes later for me to go off on this, but yeah, it's hardcore Diablo.
Oh right.
And
I totally planned that.
The players are very, very aware that they are hardcore Diablo.
Okay, all right. We'll talk. I'm sure we'll come back to that in a bit.
Get there.
Yeah,
We'll get there.
absolutely. Anything else on your plate here?
Nothing. Pyre's been staring at me.
Yeah.
Brando like went off on it a bunch.
Yeah. I heard a lot more about that game, and it sort of made me want to get back into it. Actually,
I think it's a solid, it's a tight game, and I'm excited. I don't know. I go deep on a game.
Yeah.
So
I really like that narrator. Who's like calling your games, and apparently he is like an in-fiction character that they totally explain why he's like that, and that almost made me want to play that because that guy's fucking rad. Kevin, what you been up to? Speaking of rad, what you been up to?
Well, most recently, we rocked episode 2 of Dungeons and Daggles on the old stream.
Dankest Angles.
Stupid.
Dinner and dragons. Dinner and dungeon.
Yeah. I mean, the theory is
You can't use the ampersand. That's trademarked.
After I'm done Darkest Dungeon playthrough, I can just do another game.
As long as it includes dark or dungeon.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Or Dangles.
Dungeon Keeper.
Or dinner.
Or not dinner.
No.
So yeah, we were playing a bunch of that. Managed to kill the first boss of the playthrough on the stream.
Let me ask you the question on everybody's mind: how many kills did our boy Eads get?
He was allowed to come for one mission.
Mm-hmm.
I did bring him for a mission, and other than that, I left him on the bench.
Because he really like broke his back that mission. He really carried the team through and needed a break.
Yeah,
Barely made it.
Probably not all
if
that.
not for
but
Eads.
it's tough to remember that far back.
Were you cheering him on like he needs?
Oh no, me and the chat were shit talking him.
Oh,
and how?
No wonder it went. Oh boy.
Yeah, he got a little sad about all the hate we were spewing at him, so he just said, "You know what? I'm done. I did this one mission. That's it. We're done."
Like you don't want him. That's fine.
Yeah,
he'll go somewhere else and change lives.
Well, I'm not allowed to get rid of him.
Well, that contractual obligation.
I realize that because there is an achievement
for keeping Eads alive the entire game.
For keeping the two characters that you start with in the very first mission. If they survive until the very end of the game, you get an achievement. So
how is Dinner Dangles are?
He is
gambling
our
addict.
first level 3 character.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is he still a known cheat? How's his cheater status?
No, I think he is still a known cheat, but I think we got rid of the rest of his negative quirks. And
so he's not a gambling addict anymore. At
No,
least.
he's not a gambling addict anymore. Yeah,
that's good to hear.
He's just a cheater.
Yeah.
Just a
Well,
cheater,
he was a known cheat. You don't get a. How do you lose that status?
That's true. It's tough.
Yeah.
Got to do a lot of.
It is very tough. Yeah, a lot of charity work.
Kiss a lot of babies. Yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, there is a brand new event going on as we speak for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.
That's the phone game.
That's the phone game.
Not to be confused with Star Wars Galaxies,
which
the
we'll
MMO.
also be talking about.
Yeah, I figured.
So the event that's going on right now is the Commander Luke Skywalker event.
Is that what it's called? They could come up with a better name than that.
No, it is. It's called the Hero's Journey.
Okay.
So the idea is it follows Luke through all the stages of his Jedi training.
You don't get to like dirt farm at the beginning.
The first part was you use Farm Boy Luke and you attack Tusken Raiders.
Nice.
And
all in single file, of course.
Yeah, for sure. And so this one is basically a condensed plot version of the New Hope movie. So the first mission, I think,
A New Hope movie.
The A New Hope, whatever.
The A New Hope movie, yep.
But so the first mission is you have 5 characters that you have to have at max level to do the event.
Okay.
So you need Farm Boy Luke, you need Stormtrooper Han Solo, you need Princess Leia, you need Old Ben Kenobi.
Is there only one Princess Leia? Is there Slave Leia and?
No, there will never be a Slave Leia in any iteration of Star Wars from now on. From
is Slave
from past
Disney's
on.
is
Disney.
when
Disney bought it, they said straight up they will never promote any images with Slave Leia in it ever again.
Just because she's so like sexualized, or because slavery is bad, or like what?
Both.
What are we talking here?
Both, and the reason for putting Slave Leia in Return of the Jedi was basically just for gratuitous sex appeal.
Is Carrie Fisher still alive?
No.
Just passed away.
That was like
just
last
passed away.
year,
Yeah,
December.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so and R2D2 is the last character, so you need them all max level. Well, I guess you don't need a max level. You need a max rank, so they need all to be 7 stars. This is the only character that they've released so far in the game that only unlocks at 7 stars. So every other character that you can unlock them either at anywhere between 1 and 4 stars. Legendary characters are 5 stars.
Oh shit!
And
Is
this
there a
one,
6?
There hasn't been a 6-star one yet.
They just skipped to 7.
Nobody's been unlockable at 6.
Hopefully, there's never a 6.
Yeah, that'd be weird. But yeah, so this is the first one that's been 7 stars, so it's going to be really, really exclusive. They did.
Does really, really exclusive mean to the people who spend a lot of money?
Really exclusive. This was recent on the Galaxy of Heroes subreddit. There was a survey that was done. About 3,000 people did the survey, and of those 3,000 people, all of who are obviously subreddit users and tend to skew towards higher end players because
certainly who else is going to fill up a
who
survey?
who else pays attention to the subreddits of games,
Very
right?
true.
Usually high
especially
end
phone
players.
games,
Yeah.
Anyone
So,
who pays attention to a subreddit is high end in my heart.
Here.
And I think the percentage of people who did the survey who said they were going to get Luke was probably around 25%, 25 to 30%.
So do you think our Galaxies of Heroes playing friend is going to get him?
He is getting him on one account. He said he wasn't willing to spend the money on the second account to get him.
I think we, between us, know that's a lie, right? A bold face. Not even that bold face.
I drove him to the airport yesterday, and he was going off on both phones pretty seriously. So now I know what the story was, yeah.
But yeah, so there was a lot of initial backlash about it because all the people who realized that they didn't have these characters at the level they needed, they were freaking out because this is the most exclusive character so far. It's the most iconic character, arguably, in Star Wars. This is the first Luke who has a lightsaber.
It's so to say that there's 5 characters. I'm just throwing
no,
numbers. Don't tell me, but there's so many that are just effectively
right.
all number 1.
Yeah,
it's true.
There's no
That's true.
hierarchy,
It's
but there's 5 ones.
Yeah.
Right?
But this is the first one in the game, the first Luke in the game who's had a lightsaber, so that's a big deal.
Shit.
So the fact that a large percentage of the players...
What color is it? Blue?
I think this one is blue. Yeah.
Better be blue. Okay.
I have unlocked Luke. I actually unlocked him just before the show.
Oh.
And I haven't used him in a battle yet because I haven't had time to play. But right before the show, I did manage to unlock him, so I am not a filthy casual. I am part of the upper echelons.
We know. A whale, they call them. A whale. Yeah.
No, I'd say I'm a dolphin. I'm not a whale. I'm a dolphin.
We need Bryson Collin here to come explain that.
Yeah.
Have they... When you say it's like most exclusive, have they ever run like a character specific to an event? Have they ever brought them back? Like, if you don't get him now, do you think he's gone?
Any event character always comes back? Like they did the R2D2 event happened in May, and R2D2 event came back again at the beginning of this month because you needed R2D2. So they wanted to give people a chance to unlock him before the event.
So like realistically, if you can't get him now, it's like you can never have him till like Christmas or something, right? Like you're not likely.
The estimate it is probably going to be a yearly event for this character.
Cool.
So you're probably not going to get him until sometime 2018.
I think you said those exact words about R2 as well.
No, I said it was an exclusive character, but I don't think I ever said how long they come back.
Someone will check the tape.
They come on rotations, but the only reason the next character who was supposed to come back they were supposed to do the Palpatine event, but they skipped that one and went. Or no, they were supposed to do the Yoda event. Sorry, it was supposed to be the Yoda event, but they skipped that because they wanted to do the R2 event because of the event, the Luke event.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is the first character with 3 Zeta abilities. That's not going to mean anything to anyone who doesn't play the game.
3 Zeta abilities.
Yeah, these are the piece of gear, or I guess ability upgrade material that you're lucky if you can get 1 Zeta upgrade every month and a half, 2 months.
Oh wow!
So they're just a really long farm, really long grind, and this guy has 3 of them, which is
how much do they cost?
You cannot buy them with real money. They are only available to grind.
Wow, respect that.
Yeah. There was actually a post on the subreddit today from a whale saying that just let me buy him, man. Like I'll give you $400 a Zeta. Just let me buy him.
They kind of.
Did you recognize the user? You're like, I know that guy.
He's in my guild.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's that. The other thing I want to talk about is for the people who've been paying attention to the Star Wars Galaxies thing that I've been talking about for the last little while.
The millions worldwide.
Yeah, millions worldwide. All who own their own copies of the game, obviously.
Legally.
The Jedi update actually just hit the Basilisk server.
All right, I can start playing now.
It's Monday today, so as of 5 days ago.
Oh, well.
They shut the servers down on Wednesday. As of recording, we don't know whether or not there's going to be a full server wipe.
Ooh.
Because when they were doing the update, the server hard drives that they had the server on, one of them crashed. So they don't know if they're able to recover enough of the data to keep the server stable, or if they're going to have to do a full wipe.
Is that checking out?
Yeah.
Local IT resident. Okay, I'm with you.
My our phone provider's entire system went down for Canada today because they lost a hard drive. So yeah,
great.
It checks out.
Yeah. So
Friday.
they don't know whether or not they're going to be able to recover the server as of Friday at 7:30.
That's
which the interesting part about it is the subreddit is blowing up because everybody thinks that this is great because they want a wipe. They want
Why though?
Because it'll reset the economy.
Okay.
So a lot of the reason why people
someone's been cornering the wheat market, and it's just been throwing things quite a loop.
a lot of reason why some people don't play on Basilisk is because it's been up and running without a wipe for so long.
Oh, so everything's
So,
kind of stagnant.
Let's
in its
say
way.
Brandon wanted to play his artisan and make him an architect and build really nice houses for everyone to buy. He would have to compete with the people who have been playing the game for 6 years who have already done that.
Just like real life, you
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
There's this guy just sitting on a big pile of crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
All the houses.
like combat classes, it's really trivial to start a new class now because you can just go in and get all the buffs that you need because everybody's master level class and everything. You can get the buffs, and then all the combat is trivial. But wiping the server means nobody can have high-end armor, nobody can have high-end buffs, nobody can have high-end weapons. Everybody has to earn everything that they want. And the fact that Jedi is now one of the things that people can earn means that there's going to be such diversity in the economy for the first probably 6 to 8 months of the server wipe.
Because
Haven't those people earned it already? Like you're taking away a lot of hard work from a lot of people.
No,
right?
but you're right. But the people who run the server have always said that the end goal is to wipe the server once they get everything.
Once they get to full real.
Once
right?
they get it to where they want it to be, they want to wipe the server.
Right.
So everybody who plays on it knows that that is the end goal.
Sure.
So to have it happen earlier rather than later is not a surprise.
Right, but like the issue is like if it happens now,
will it
that's
happen
gonna happen
again?
again.
Yeah, it'll happen again.
Like I feel like if I'm that guy who's like built up and like, yeah, I know it's gonna happen, but I want to enjoy my stuff for a while, I would lose a lot of confidence in it, knowing that they're like the fact that they could lose a hard drive in current year, that their servers are local and not in a cloud somewhere, is just so ridiculously inefficient.
This has got to be like I bet this is less guys than run this podcast in my head anyway.
Sure,
it's
but like
a guy in a basement with an old, he's like, I don't use this, let's fucking run a Galaxies thing.
But you gotta think like there's several thousand people that connect to it, right?
Yeah.
There's no way from just like understanding this a cost efficiency point of having your own thing. You have to have a pipe that can accept that versus going and paying Amazon, go on AWS and buy a server
and
there.
that might be another.
That's why I'm so bizarre.
That might be a legality issue with it as well.
Or maybe,
right?
maybe it's a cost.
Oh, that's a good
thing.
point.
Yeah.
Maybe like Amazon will back it up, but it costs a little more.
I trust me. I work with cloud every day. It's cheaper. Compared to regular servers, like Amazon won't lose a hard drive.
We use regular servers.
You're a small company, right? Like I just as you know, 5 years ago when I'm like, I'm gonna run a Minecraft server, I put it on AWS just because it's cheaper, honestly, than running local servers once you get any amount of stuff going and convenience. I'm curious. I'm sure the subreddits had a lot of people spouting these same points because generally on Reddit there's a lot of tech savvy and tech savvy light people
paying attention, like seeing what people say about it. I haven't been on the EMU official forums to hear about it, but nobody's angry.
Sure, they seem like a really great community.
Yeah,
well, you have to be in this.
Exactly,
kind of thing,
the people who are still playing Galaxies in this day and age are like probably the most. They're probably basically comatose.
But yeah, so I haven't seen the full patch notes as to what was added, but Jedi was most definitely added, and the Corellian Corvette instance, the first instance in the game was added. So there is now a legit dungeon for people to group up and do.
Is it max
5,
level?
6?
I don't know. I haven't.
Like you never did this when it was real.
Yeah, this was something that was
Live?
released after I stopped playing.
Gotcha.
But the way the Jedi system is working in this is there's 4 cycles that you have to go through. Each cycle lasts 3 weeks, and you have that amount of time to do the missions for that cycle. Otherwise, you have to wait until the next rotation of the cycles.
So is this different
Yeah,
than
it's completely
the
different, right?
Master, the 5 random classes?
It's different from when I used to play. This is our friend who is the crazy Star Wars guy.
He's a mark. He's like a wrestling mark.
Yeah,
but
he's
for
a
Star Wars.
he's a Star Wars mark.
Star Wars
Yeah.
mark.
Yeah.
And he did get Jedi on Live, but he got it on this system.
His name's
So this is the grindy system where if you want to get a Jedi, you can. It just takes you.
And it's not opaque. Like it'll
Yeah.
you log in. It's like you do XYZ. You can be a Jedi.
Yes.
There's the manual Jedi's for
It
dummies.
is a ridiculous amount of time grind. But
I mean,
it takes you 12 weeks, you'll get a Jedi.
Yeah, there was some shit like that back in Vanilla WoW, which was like, hey, we gotta grind this shit out for
I've never known
months
that.
and months and
That's
months.
fine.
Yeah. But yeah, so
Anyway, if there is a server wipe, this would be the time for me to jump in.
yeah, so once the servers become stable again is when I'm gonna jump back into it, because I was looking at it yesterday, Thursday, with the day
real
after the
time.
wipe,
Yeah.
and the day after the upgrade to the next patch, and people were saying like they could connect for a couple minutes and then they get kicked out, or they could connect long enough to try to load a new screen, like if they were transferring planets or something like that, and then as soon as they tried to transfer planets they would crash. And
So you're in the grand scheme, you're decently low on the I've put effort into this,
yeah,
and you're perfectly happy going to zero.
perfectly happy.
Perfectly happily.
And even like that, like a YouTuber who I watch who has years and years and has 10 max level characters exactly where he wants them to be, he is also completely fine with.
You think like the community? This isn't going to hit the community at all. They understand.
Everybody
the swings.
is on board with it.
Huh.
The biggest jumps in populations of when a new server comes up for this game is because it's a fresh server.
Oh, absolutely. Like that's like Path hit its 3.0, and that's why I'm playing.
Yeah.
That's why millions are playing. It's the same thing. It's about the number of people is whatever. I'm just curious about like there's certain important. It's hard to call them important, but there's certain people that are going to put in all that effort to be that guy sitting on his mound of hoses.
Yeah,
and if
for
they're
sure.
not there, the whole thing collapses beneath them, and you don't think you're going to lose it. Like they're so committed.
I mean, it's entirely possible that you'll lose like the one guy who is like that, but that guy isn't so important that the economy can't go on without
Sure,
him.
there's enough people that
Yeah.
have never left their basement, and
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what I did this week.
Yeah. You gonna stream some of that?
We'll see.
some point
we'll
the
see.
servers are up, maybe?
We'll
Sure,
see
got the
when the
bandwidth
server
to show
gets
it in
up.
its full glory. Like I hear it's pretty.
The only
intense.
thing with that is if you want to watch it, you're gonna have to watch it live, because Twitch is gonna delete the VOD as soon as it's up.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? Because it's.
It's all copyright music, the entire game.
Oh yeah, it is. Shit.
I mean, I could play with the music on mute, but that'd be stupid.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah, it's gonna lose all the ambiance, and
They won't delete it. They'll just mute the entire video.
Which I mean is basically
then you
like-
can
yeah.
go back and record.
Redub it. Yeah.
So yeah, that's
Cool.
That classical Star Wars music?
John Williams.
yeah, like
London
from
Symphony
the
Orchestra.
movies.
And like sound effects from the movies and
Yeah.
all sorts of shit. Yeah.
The sound of Gungans dying right from the movies.
No Gungans. Oh wait, yeah, there are. Damn
Yeah,
it.
there absolutely are.
There's
That's the first
Gungans,
thing that
yeah.
killed me.
Was it Gungan?
Yeah.
I've been killed by a Gungan before.
Let's go for a quick break. We'll come back, do the news.
I have
Do an
one
email.
question for everybody.
Question from the audience. Oliver, go ahead.
Nobody played the new episode of, or the new episode of Batman?
No.
The Batman.
Ask me how I feel about Batman.
How do you feel about Batman? Oh, these games are good.
Specifically the Telltale.
But you
Batman.
haven't played them. Why haven't you played them?
Because that's the second
A
game
resident Batman expert, or
That
Batman
came-
Homer, if the fans are to be
that
believed.
came out last week that I didn't play, and I was hoping somebody would, so I could
Oliver
have a
Wayne.
conversation.
Live vicariously through them. You have a conversation. How is it? It's good. Well, I didn't play it. Okay, cool. Good
No,
conversation.
I'd have some
No, I
questions.
can pretend to play it. I'll
Matt
pretend to play it. Here we go.
wrote
I
on
played
it-
Batman.
Matt wrote on his paper, ask Kevin anything about Star Wars Galaxy.
Allegedly.
And I'm like,
Allegedly, I
I
wrote
don't
that.
know what to ask. I have a lot of questions for people who have played Batman.
I played Batman.
I've played Batman.
I could possibly be the Batman.
Maybe during the break, maybe one of the people who's watching us live, maybe
No, we can't
they
talk about
know
that. Nope.
about
Nope.
Batman.
Nope. What? Nope. Can't talk about that. That's against the rules.
Is it?
Kevin, you are removed from the show.
No, we're allowed to talk about it during the break.
for which this is
But
not
you're
during
not
the
allowed
break.
to.
I'm gonna kick us to the break right now. We'll see you here other side of this
What do I do? I don't know what to do.
musical break.
You just sit
I don't
there.
know what to do. Don't I have to put on music? No, I have to mute it.
You leave it. No. Don't mute it anymore because now we can talk with the chat and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
But we're gonna save this recording and I'm
Thunder
gonna do it.
is lit, guy. That's Sunder's fun.
Stop.
I'm actually at just right before Malachi, so if that's the guy you died to, bummer.
And I always leave part
One of the boys guy was going off the chat.
You're not talking to me.
No, no, sorry. Yeah, no,
You're kind of looking at me.
Yeah, it was a little bit. I had a lot of whiskey. You chill. You chill. Someone said Sunder was lit. Kind of like you would talk.
I could have used the Wii remote.
You should use the one upstairs, because for some reason you can't ever figure out how to flush the toilet down here.
That was on the mics.
In my defense, I flush it. It just doesn't stop flushing.
You're
I
the
flush it
only
too well.
one.
I
You're the
flush it too
only
well.
one who.
Oh, I'm doing the axe wrong.
Did
Like-
I flush it properly?
Yeah, no, you did fine.
Okay, good.
No, because it always runs after he uses
Oh,
it.
I see.
Like I don't know
follow
why.
the chain.
I don't know why.
He's too violent.
He did go upstairs for those paying attention.
Yeah, you're talking about Katava. Yeah, Katava's bullshit, man. I got my axe wrong. Yeah, Katava's real bullshit.
Oh man, I just want to pull out the chest hair, but I can't because we're on Twitch.
Well, just stop it right here.
You get those nipple covers.
Yeah,
Get some pasties.
is that the rule? Is you're
Yes.
allowed
That's everything else.
to
You
be
know?
topless but no nipples?
I
think
assume
that's
it's
what
just
it is.
the
I remember
shirtless.
that was a thing.
This is my
Yeah, that's you.
yeah. This is how I actually go to the clubs.
How are you with your whiskey? Are you done?
I'm out of what I got.
Okay, I'm gonna share you my whiskey.
All right.
Whiskey. Good
It feels like it's gonna become a whiskey competition. I'm gonna have to step up my game next time you're on the
No,
show.
It's just because I have a bottle of whiskey in my truck.
Everyone's just talking to me. It's all about Path of Exile. Suck it.
Because you're the only one in the chat.
No. There's maybe,
No, I mean the only one of us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
maybe you care. People care about Star Wars. So you figure like it's gonna be a year for Luke?
Yeah. Well, they won't be coming back again this year.
Crazy.
It'll be sometime in 2018.
And like, is he like head and shoulders better than anyone? Like, is he gonna be? Is that a meaningful difference? You think?
Like
you don't compete against anyone, I guess, do you?
No, not really. I mean, other than Arena.
Right.
But one of the top YouTubers put out a video right after he released with no thinking about it whatsoever. Just threw some mods on and went into the Rancor raid, which was there's 2 raids in the game right now. There's the Rancor one, which came out first, and then there's the tank raid, which is the more difficult one. So he went in with just Luke. You normally get a 5-man team. He went in with just Luke and pressed the auto button and just sat back, and Luke made it to probably about 40% through the entire raid by himself.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So like how some of the chats actually how deep money wise are you in this game?
I don't think I'm over $1,000,
That's all right.
but I could be close.
Oh, that's fine.
They have like if I wanted to, I could contact EA and ask them how much I've spent. They do that through their support,
Yeah.
and
They can do the math for you. The
yeah.
accountants can run the math.
Oh, this is that
shit.
dark stuff. Yes. I gotta go rinse this out.
There's gotta be like mold or something down here. Something about this basement makes me like congested every time.
really
Yeah, every time.
never me.
Oliver and I need the breathe right strips. Breathe right. Tough acting, Tenactin.
No,
Boom.
that's,
Tough acting, Tenactin.
I think that's
was
for
that
like,
John Madden.
Yeah, that's John Madden.
Yeah, maybe he wasn't the. He probably wasn't the breathe right strips then.
No, I think that's for like athlete's foot.
I think you're right. I think you're totally right. Yeah. Or Planter's War. Something with your feet for sure.
Something like that. Get tough acting tonight.
Boom. Tough acting, Tenactin.
That's not those strips.
No, that's what.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of with John Madden.
I was like,
though, yeah.
when you kept saying Madden, I'm like, see me Tenactin?
No, the one I'm thinking of is like some football coach who's like, "I bet you didn't know I'm a stripper."
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
Record
know.
scratch.
But yeah, so the speculation is with the new Star Wars movie coming out
Right.
that everyone's going to have a huge Resistance characters, because the Resistance characters are what they call the episode 7, 8, 9 characters.
Gotcha.
So if you don't have your Resistance characters maxed out, people who are listening right now who play this game, max them out. You heard it here first. You're going to need them come December when that new movie comes out.
So do they usually, because this game's been around for a few movies now?
November 2015 is when it came out first.
So do they usually have like like a kind of a lead up to the movie.
maybe 'cause we're
They'll have like
over
an event,
there.
right? Like before it comes out, or
Well, the last
one
movie
on the
came out
service?
like a month after
Doesn't
the
matter.
game
You
came
can ask
out.
him.
oh,
So, because
Hey.
yeah, it was December 2015 when Episode 7 came out.
Okay, now
Oh,
but then there
I
was
guess
Rogue
yeah,
One.
I guess Rogue One too.
Rogue
they
One,
they,
yeah.
they do have all the Rogue One characters as
right.
well.
But was it like, did they kind of like get into the hype, and was it like a lead up kind of thing?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So
that's
it's like
cool.
we're releasing this stuff to coincide with the movie.
So it's like sometime in November we should expect you to be freaking out about some.
Yeah, something will be happening in November or December.
Sweet.
That's just like the Marvel Heroes Omega thing that you guys were shitting on, isn't it?
What?
This is
It's
Where they tack on
No,
stuff
it is-
because like Thanos is happening.
it's different. Like
that doesn't happen. I don't know if you listen to our show.
I know what you're saying, but I do think it's different because it's not as
It's
money.
implemented
It's not
better.
as money gated as
Okay.
Omega is.
Right.
It's called Marvel Heroes. Omega could be a lot of things.
MHO.
MHO, yeah.
that doesn't
Maho.
roll off the tongue. Maho.
MHO.
MHO.
Tip the hat for it. Maho.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a fedora when you're saying that.
What is it?
Maho.
If you're highborn, it's a my ho.
Oh
Yeah, my ho.
My
If
ho.
you're lowborn,
My-ho, yeah.
Miho.
Hey, pour some.
I was gonna like pour your whiskey. I figured you would.
He brought it there for you to pour. He'll spill it everywhere.
Indeed.
I disconnected from the chat before someone told me how the sound was. How's
Sounds
the sound?
solid.
Good.
Oh, good.
Like the snake? That's
I'd
such
like
a
to
good
believe it's like the
sound.
snake.
Speaking of solid
You
sound.
need to get closer to your
Oliver.
mic.
No, you
What
say
does
it
it
right.
say?
Oliver needs to fucking get closer to his
I
mic,
haven't
though.
been saying shit.
Yeah, that's why.
That's because you probably have been saying shit, but it hasn't been picking up.
No, I'm super self-conscious, so I'm over here mouth breathing,
Yeah, I've noticed it. I've noticed it.
and I just don't want to be there for my nose whistle.
The viewers want nose whistle.
Do you think he insults the poor? One finger? I'm not a child.
Yeah.
So, cheers. Thank you.
Salud.
Salud.
Even though we're just drinking.
Cup of
guys
stones.
Cup of stones.
No, I gotta drive this drunk home after.
No, I'll get really drunk tomorrow during the stream.
Oh, that is smoky.
Yeah, that's how I
Yeah,
like
maybe
it.
so will I.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah.
You're getting
It's not
noon
like-
drunk though. I can at least get 2
It's not
p.m. drunk.
peaty at all. Usually when you get the
Maybe
smoke,
I'll come
it's like
over
that
here and get
peaty,
drunk.
that
Yeah,
kind of oil
there's,
Yeah?
there's
Kick the
separation
door
there.
in halfway through.
really
Sure.
Shirt off.
Oh.
Boom,
You
straight
like
down.
that?
I like that smoke. I like that smoke a
Alright.
lot. Wow.
So anywhere, it's like $110 bucks.
Smoke,
At
baby.
Crossroads Liquor,
More alcohol,
It's only
baby.
$90.
I know because I've seen it when I go get my
Pass
growlers
out
filled.
in
I
the
like the Scotch
bathroom?
walls. Right beside
Cocaine
it.
in
Like, where's that one?
Montreal and pass out on
you
the
go.
plane,
Yeah, okay.
baby.
I
There you
like.
go.
I got really into bourbon
What's the
for
next
a
part?
while, but
Something
I can't.
about
Drink. It gives me a headache and it just kills me. Rye and Scotch don't, but bourbon just
Yeah,
I don't
destroys
know.
me.
Yeah, it's weird because they're all the same.
I think I'm gonna rent
Basically,
a
all
karaoke machine for
but
my birthday
they're
again this year.
very
Fucking
different.
finally.
No, 'cause my buddy's big
I
into
checked
bourbon.
out
Yes.
the place that I got the
Yeah.
last one
Whereas,
from.
like, this has a
10
very
years
small-
ago.
Yeah, the price went up. It's
That's
150
the
bucks
taste
to rent
I
it for a
like.
day.
Yeah.
But they have
And then
6,000
again, like,
songs
even
now.
whiskey is
Oh,
different.
fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Probably most of them
But,
English.
yeah,
Yeah,
this
I
is
know.
like- this is my drink right now.
You were a Korean karaoke.
It's crazy.
weren't
Like
you?
just
Yeah.
it,
Yeah, fuck
it's
yeah.
all smoke. It's very light. Other than that, like
Yeah,
usually.
except for
This is
that.
probably
that
just total
heaviness.
unintelligible garbage.
Awesome.
All of us, two
Yeah,
conversations
everybody just
into
talking
four
over
mics.
each other.
Yeah, sorry, this is what you get on the break. This is what
Yeah.
you get for watching the live shows.
Real. Yeah.
Are we we're rolling back in.
Yeah. I don't.
I gotta grab another beer. Matt, you're good probably, right?
Just give it a second. It just hits you.
It is very smoky.
That's incredible.
Crossroads
palatable.
Liquor. That's where to buy it. That's where I.
Our boy.
Yeah.
Crossroads 1990.
Uh-huh.
There's the plug.
Or Crossroads something.
Crossroads 1990 is Brando,
Brando.
on Xbox.
Oh, on Xbox. Yeah.
Because he named himself
After the liquor store that
said
he worked
liquor
at.
store.
We should just leave out the he worked at a part. He just named himself after that liquor
Oh, did he
store.
work there?
Yeah.
Oh, I
you
was
didn't know
just
that?
like, No, I just thought he named himself after the liquor store.
Are we live?
What's the
That's
next
some
word?
Hoxley-
What's the next
Hoxley
word
Workman.
though? What's the next line?
An early flight will leave, and on it will be me. You'll be half asleep, and I'll wake up at 3, baby.
God damn! I got that on my Spotify.
song is that?
Smoke, baby.
Oh.
Or smoke, yeah, just
I
smoke.
think is it just smoke? I
think
it might
it's
be
just
smoke,
smoke, yeah.
baby.
Want to try this? Are you into whiskey?
No, I'm not really into whiskey.
Whiskey. I want to be into whiskey because I want like a really like whiskey soaked voice when I'm like 50. I want like a really cool like cigars. That's why
Yeah,
I like
start
cigars.
smoking cigars.
That's why I want to like whiskey.
You just want to sound like a fucking old man from the 40s.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking
that's the
about.
type of man
I mean, I already look it, so.
I'm with you. You want to have that distinguished voice.
Fuck
right?
yeah. I do have a distinguished voice, but not in the way
What do
I
I do
want.
here? What do I do here?
Press the record button.
Record again?
Yep.
Recording.
Are we?
It's not going. I don't know.
No.
The
We didn't do that 5-minute check. You
Is
think
the
we got
time?
this episode
Is the
at all?
time counting?
Time's running.
It's gone. Yeah, it's just into the
Just go.
ether.
Okay, stop this recording. We'll just do a new one.
Just pause. Oh, stop.
Yeah, stop, and then go to file on the top left. And then new
Are you worried that like now they're doing this live, they're gonna see how little editing you
Yeah.
actually do?
audio file.
He does more editing than
And
you think.
then
It's not.
I mean, he has to edit out all this bullshit on the breaks.
Yeah, this is just a hard cut.
I've
There's no-
always I've always
We've talked about it.
I've always candidly said that this show, like what we say into these mics, makes it to the show. 99.9% of it makes it to the show.
Except that one part we had to take out that one time.
Yes, last week
like 2 weeks ago when
Yeah,
you
a
just
couple weeks
spoiled
ago.
hard.
when I spoiled hard.
Yeah.
What did I
You
spoil?
dropped a name.
You said something you weren't supposed to
Oh,
say.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. Yes, there are occasional... Protect the business, brother. Protect the business.
There's a time where you had to edit Bryce recently. Was there not?
No.
For
Oh.
what? Do you remember?
No, I have no
F-bombs.
idea.
No.
Like F-bombs.
You're way off.
We
your
don't
mic.
edit
They're
it.
right.
Yeah.
They're right. You're
The,
way off.
diff-
Your mic.
the other F-bomb.
Right.
Pull that chair in.
No, I thought you guys. I thought
Oh,
you
yeah,
mentioned
Bryce.
something, and then I've been meaning to ask, but I never got around to it.
I-
Doesn't matter.
I honestly don't remember it. Or
Before we go back,
Yeah.
I do have a question for everyone here.
Okay.
Maybe not so much Brandon, but feel free to answer.
6 to 7... What?
Generous average.
Who
Generously.
Like a soda can.
who is your favorite wrestler of all time?
All time?
All time.
My answer is so skewed because I've been watching so much Shawn Michaels matches lately.
Have you?
He's
Yeah.
a great
Nice.
wrestler.
We've been going back.
Oh yeah.
Kevin
cool.
and I, was that after the stream last week?
Yeah.
We watched Undertaker retire Shawn Michaels in WrestleMania.
No, that
20.
was we watched Undertaker Michaels 1.
Yeah, that's the
That was
one
the
where he
career-threatening match.
No, the
That's-
next year was.
is that the one where he mouths like "I'm sorry"?
No,
Or, "I
that's
love you"?
that's him retiring Ric Flair. That would be
Oh,
weird for the
yes,
Undertaker to
right.
mouth. When the Undertaker mouths "I love you." I have to pick somebody off the modern roster because that's like what I
mean,
started watching.
Don't feel bad about that.
No, I'm just saying.
You don't need time to.
I
think,
like Braun.
'cause-
I like Braun. Braun Strowman.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
He's the best.
fucking weird.
He's
No,
the
it's not.
fucking best. He's so stupid.
You know,
His gimmick is the worst, but the best.
he was actually held back from the main roster for so long because his wrestling talent is not there.
No, neither is his mic talent. The man shoulder checked a door off an ambulance. That's dope as shit.
My answer is multifaceted.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
The easy
I didn't
answer
know
is
they
The
were named
Rock
That, yeah.
Nah.
because everybody knows The Rock, and then that's the end of the discussion.
You say John Cena next, you loser.
It's The Rock. The second answer is Kurt Angle
Oh.
because he's incredible, and yes, he's actually a very good wrestler. Not so much anymore.
He's a bad GM.
I think he's
Kinda-
fucked in the head.
Yeah.
The third answer is the difficult one, which I don't like
I
talking
love
about.
the difficult ones ring work.
Is Chris Benoit,
Yes.
Ooh, yeah. No,
and that's So
he's
like,
good. He was a great
He's
wrestler.
fucking incredible. And actually,
Great ring skills.
Chris Jericho did his
Kenny Omega.
podcast
Okay.
that talked about
Should I
Chris
know
Benoit.
this?
Not
Yeah.
what he did, what like ultimately
Yeah,
happened,
obviously not.
but his whole career. And it was
Yeah.
fucking a good podcast.
I want to change my answer to Samoa Joe.
Anyways,
Yeah.
yes.
I got asked that at work a couple weeks back, and
You answered with a stunner.
my answer was Razor Ramon.
Yeah?
That's a good one,
That's
too.
a really good one. Shawn Michaels is so good. Like,
He
watch all
is.
the matches.
He's great.
I
he's
remember
fucking-
you were like, "Shit, this guy sounds like Grover," and he's
'Cause
dumb.
the only thing I saw of him was he came out to like advise Roman Reigns, who nobody fucking likes, on fighting the Undertaker. Well, let me tell
yeah.
you something, Roman. I've been fighting the Undertaker for 25 years, okay? And he's got his dumb
already
like,
in your head.
I'm just a sexy boy, sexy boy. oh, and like the first time I'm like, this guy's fucking. Who is this guy?
You need to give classic, not really classic, but
Is that your Grover?
Attitude
No,
Era.
that's my Shawn Michaels.
Attitude Era
thing.
wrestlers.
He sounds more like the Cookie Monster.
and wrestling a good chance because yes, you're discovering Shawn Michaels. Then you can open it up to DX. Then you can open it up to Stone Cold, The Rock, Kurt Angle,
The Rock,
Undertaker.
I'll never be an Undertaker fan. I just don't get it. I just don't get the Undertaker.
That's exactly the same thing you said about Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, but I've seen a lot of Undertaker matches, and every time I'm like, why people like this fucking 6-minute walk-on?
It's hard
and,
to
like,
not like Shawn Michaels because he's so good in the ring.
Yeah, his ring work is so incredible. Incredible.
I think it's Undertaker because he's just like so like from the very beginning to the very end, he was a WWE guy.
Yeah,
And, yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
Like I get that
And I mean,
the
like,
streak, right?
Brando and Warren, like that's their guy.
Warren
And-
cried when
Yeah,
the
I
Undertaker
know.
retired. It was beautiful. You were there, I think, weren't you?
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah.
I think it says a lot. Like
You were all there.
you guys are talking about Taker and like nostalgia is big for you, right? Whereas Eads has like no nostalgia for Shawn
Exactly.
Michaels, but he's still like just straight watching it, pure respects it a lot. That says a huge amount.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying.
Like
You
there's no lens of
It's
nostalgia.
It's 100% his ring work.
Like he's
is
good. Whereas
incredible.
Taker feels like a lot of that was they built up and nostalgia.
Yeah,
there.
and I can see that.
and I like Taker as a very casual fan.
You should watch like Kurt Angle matches. You should watch like even the Rock Stone Cold matches.
Yeah. I hate how The Rock sells the stunner. It's so
It's the
fucking stupid. Are you
best.
serious? It is the worst sell ever.
No.
Did you hear why?
not.
Because they had a bet. The
Yeah.
Rock had a bet that he could sell that as ridiculously as he could, and everyone would just eat it up.
He
It's
probably
so
had that
fucking
bet with
stupid.
Shawn Michaels.
Where he goes down and then comes back up and then does like the fuck. You can see the canary spinning basically. And
Hey, if
So
John
dumb.
Cena can turn invisible, The Rock can fucking.
Has John Cena ever turned invisible to one of his opponents in the ring?
He always does.
Has he ever like done this? And they're like, oh, what?
I'm sure he
Probably.
has. I'm
like
sure
someone
it's
super
happened.
over, so like
The Rock probably sold it like that.
Last week or maybe the week before, I don't know, Raw either a week or 2 weeks ago. Bray Wyatt always does this, like lights go up. Bray Wyatt, like like Undertaker, teleports into the ring.
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt teleported into the ring, and the dude he was teleporting in on was gone. Oh! And then the lights go down, and the dude he teleported in on him again
that
after
Finn?
being in the ring. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Finn fucking
That's really good.
teleported
That's
out
really
and then
good.
teleported back in.
Are we gonna watch SummerSlam?
Maybe.
When is SummerSlam?
The week before the Rumble.
So next weekend.
Next weekend, yes. A week from 2 days from now.
Fuck nay.
I'll
That's
watch it, but I'm
haven't been watching
I'm
it
not
since
planning on booking.
during Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Actually, I'm not booking the next day
Okay,
off
let's
either because I don't care.
Wrap up the wrestling and let's get back to the show.
One more
What
intermission
are you in
thing.
a rush on Friday night?
No, I'm just.
I was just thinking about it. There's a wine bar by my place that they take wild turkey bourbon and they smoke it, and it is insane. That's what this reminds me
Yeah.
of. I remember we sat at the table and he's just like, I can't be near this because it just reeked of smoke.
And they couldn't bring it to him because they're like, oh,
It's still
actually,
smoking.
it's still smoking.
It was really good. But yeah,
Well.
same kind of smoke. Yeah,
from
Wild turkey, hey?
yeah. Wild turkey, like it's medium bourbon, but they smoked it and made it real good.
from the place that brought you bottomless mimosas on Sundays.
Any
Oh
weekend,
yes.
Go there tomorrow
Saturday.
morning.
It's Saturdays too.
Oh yeah.
Why have we always fucking gone on Sundays?
I don't know.
I mean,
Sunday-
why not go on Sunday?
Sunday
But like,
brunch is a thing.
Yeah.
yeah, but I don't want. Well, I do want to drink 26 mimosas on a Sunday, but I'd
Hey,
way rather do it on a Saturday.
The record is 13, and you did not make
No.
it.
You
That's
went
so
hard
much
that one
sugar.
weekend.
Yeah, I think the most I did on bottomless mimosa nights was maybe 9.
That's gross.
But-
you feel gross.
So
There's-
much orange juice and
Yeah.
sugar.
Yeah, it's
and
way
crap.
more sugar than wine. It's like a super wine hangover.
Yeah.
That's no good. All right, we'll come back here.
We went for bottles of mimosas, then you like
Kurt
went
Angle.
home for a bit, and then we went
You
out
should
for
watch
dinner
Kurt
that
Angle.
night. So that was like Mark's fancy dinner.
Oh yeah, that's right. I had to go
I'm
pass
sure
out
there's
for a
Venn
while.
diagram where there's Shawn Michaels and Kurt Angle.
I like when he said, "I'm just the sexy Kurt. I'll make your ankle
Exactly.
hurt."
Yes. There it
Ankle
is.
hurt.
Okay,
You
bringing
host.
it back in.
Yeah.
Let's shoot it over to Kevin with the news.
Yeah, I'm the news guy today.
Sure.
All right.
I'm the
No
I'm the
notes in
compressor
front of him.
guy.
Top story
Compressor guy.
on the 6 o'clock news is the Horizon Zero Dawn expansion has a release date of November 7th.
That's soon.
That is
Wow.
very soon.
Uh huh.
And it's
Tell
going to
us.
have
https://blog.us.
I don't think we need to. I don't think
Oh
we need
no,
to.
it's
I don't
on.
think- no,
It's on.
that's
Okay. All right.
It's gonna have a new area called the Frozen Wilds.
Sure.
It's gonna have some new dinos.
Yeah.
There's a new tribe.
And apparently, I hope it's called Quest.
Why would it be called Quest?
I'm just reading
That's
the
not-
page.
like, why
What
would-
does that mean?
I was waiting for you to comment
Don't
on that
deviate
one.
from the
because-
script, okay,
Sorry,
you
boys.
guys?
I don't read it. It
I'm
reads
lost.
me.
Okay.
And the most important part about this is the price. Only $20 US.
Only
For
Only
DLC?
$20.
for DLC? Yeah, we are in this world where XCOM expansions are $60, and we're okay with that.
Well, because that's
Not right.
that's an expansion to an entire game.
Right, and Frozen Wilds is
An expansion
to
to a game.
an entire.
Which is why it's shocking that it's only $20, is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think the Uncharted expansion or whatever
That was
they
a
want to call it
standalone DLC or some garbage name they made for it,
Talking
right?
about- it is standalone.
is only going to be like 30.
Yeah,
Yeah.
30 there, 40
Yeah, but
here.
standalone DLC is just a
It's
game.
not standalone DLC. It's just a standalone game.
Yeah.
It's not DLC.
But remember when we
Why
talked
is
about it
where's DLC?
originally, it was so like
I think we are.
Yeah,
we
we're
the Talking Reckless
incompetent. I'm willing to
podcast
believe
are
we're
idiots.
incompetent.
Yeah, I don't think they build it as standalone DLC.
Okay.
That's
I
fucking
remember
retarded.
making fun of you all for that, so I'm running that.
That seems
back.
like you.
More Horizon Zero Dawn.
No, thanks.
Yeah, I'm pumped. That gives it. Sorry, hold on. I should put a little caveat on the I'm pumped, because if this is bad, then that really hurts Game of the Year prospects.
It'll probably be fine. Like it'll just be more Horizon Zero Dawn.
But I
which
mean,
is okay if you're into that.
It
I
could
guess.
be bad.
Apparently, there's like a bunch of new story shit.
Good. That's what they need.
My main gal, whatever the lady's name who plays Chloe is, will be back in there. Ashley Birch.
Ashley Birch is
Ashley
Aloy,
Birch?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's Aloy. That's her name.
Aloy.
Yeah.
Like it's like the word
Maybe
alloy.
she'll grow a
but-
personality this time.
She had a personality. You guys are
didn't.
so dense.
Go back and listen to the spoiler cast.
Yeah, where I was defending it the entire
Yeah,
time.
We know. We know.
Gotti.
Listen, we got a lot of year left. A lot of games. Madden's on the horizon. And-
Yeah.
I'll support that claim for sure.
NHL.
Well, not because we're gonna play it, but once Madden is like no video games. Madden hits fucking video games galore every
Yeah.
single year. Yeah. Once right after Madden, Super Mario Odyssey, Call of Duty, Battlefront 2, I think is this year. Destiny. The games happen again.
Yeah.
John Madden sees his shadow. And it's fine.
Is
like-
Hellblade in contention?
I haven't finished it, so I don't know. It's gonna be a tough sell. I'm gonna need someone else to play that. It's gonna be a tough sell with 7 people now.
Well, that's gonna,
Yeah, 2 people
yeah.
was
Holy
tricky
shit.
before. Now 2 of 7.
Yeah, what's a majority in 7? Because it's not 4.
What if it's more than 7? What if the buy shows up?
I'm not
To the
ready.
New
I'm
Year's
not ready
show.
for that. I don't think that's acceptable.
Oh, we'll see. I don't know. It'll all depend on the Rumble outcome, I guess.
You don't get more votes just because you're the host.
It'll all. Well, we'll see about that too.
We should get a fan vote. That should be the 8th vote.
Yeah, you've been pitching that for a long time.
Fans. Huh?
Yeah.
I believe in
You
the
think
fans.
the fans are on your side?
I'd like to believe so.
We'll see. The man who brings a W mug every week.
All I
so
know
yeah,
is any fan that's going to be called a stuntman, get on my side. I got you.
any? Are you guys? Am I the only one who's pumped for this? Anybody else gonna pick it up?
I'm into
We got
it.
the wrong people here.
Yeah,
The,
I
the
guess,
other
yeah.
end of the cast is interested.
You need
is
to call
excited,
him.
right?
Colin and Brando are both on board with it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm into it. Like when I ended off Horizon, I was like quite tepid on it. I wasn't as excited as you guys were.
So yeah.
It overstayed its welcome for me.
Yeah, for me too. Like I sort of rushed through the end.
It felt like it was just it crammed more stuff than it needed to. It could have been a good, tight, shorter game.
Yes,
I remember
absolutely.
getting to the point where I was like, okay, I'm done. Let's just fucking head down and finish this.
Yeah.
Like I'm not the right person for that because most games do that for me. But it did feel like they drug out like you didn't like
Drug out?
platinum it or whatever.
No,
right?
I platinumed it.
You did.
Yeah.
Really?
But it felt like there was
Yeah.
just a lot
Him
of
and
extra stuff
Colin
that
did.
was just kind of tacked on without a lot of depth.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
Like just to pad the hours,
Challenges
for no
and what
reason.
have you.
Some of the side quests and some of the I've never been someone who likes the item collection aspects of game, or it's just like go find 30 of these things for the sake of finding 30 of these things.
Yeah, boar livers and all that.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, I did it because I liked the game so much. So
Yeah, that's respectable.
yeah.
Esports at the E-Lympics?
Oh,
What?
Olympics.
They call them the Olympics.
That's not what. All right. I'm Matt Eats. Paris 2024 is when potentially we could have some esports events in the Olympics.
Yeah, they're taking submissions right now for
games?
games that could be.
Yeah, the short list is Dota,
Counter-Strike,
Counter-Strike,
StarCraft,
Hearthstone.
StarCraft?
Or no, wait, maybe it's not Counter-Strike then. Maybe it's Dota, StarCraft, Counter-Strike, and they were talking about a sports game, either FIFA or Madden.
FIFA.
Would it be like current year FIFA? That'd be weird.
Why?
It would have to be current year FIFA.
Because
you
like
watch the soccer event and then the FIFA event?
no, because there's like meaningful difference between the games. Like
Yeah.
you can't practice till the game comes out.
Yeah. We were kind of talking about this earlier in the week, and it's a little weird that like companies are going to start trying, like obviously you want your game at the Olympics. Why wouldn't
Yeah.
you? Of course you do. It's weird that there will be like products for sale at the Olympics. Nobody owns baseball. Nobody owns football, right? But somebody owns StarCraft. Somebody owns Dota.
My contention was that functionally someone does own baseball and someone does own
it's very
football
true,
and someone
but-
does own hockey.
You mean like by watching these and they're watching StarCraft, they're like, oh fuck, I'm gonna buy StarCraft and I'm gonna get good.
Well, this means like
That's what I think.
there's a driving force of a company saying we want our game there.
Yeah,
Oh,
Like no
100%.
one's like deeply driving we want tennis there. No one's saying whereas we want StarCraft there. There's a monetary interest. There's shareholders that care.
Yeah.
But I mean,
there is
like-
money behind the we want StarCraft at the Olympics thought. There's a lot of money behind it.
Yeah.
The Olympic IOC?
The IOC.
Yeah, the IOC, I mean, they've had tons and tons of corruption
Staggering,
allegations against
staggering
them
Yeah.
macro.
It's
over the years.
just wait.
So I think if like you guys are saying, if like maybe greasing a little palms will get your game put on the list, then that could be some
Taking
big,
shots at
big
Greece
time
right here.
trouble.
Wow.
Does anyone know is there ever like a grand update to the rules of Olympic sports? Is there ever a patch for basketball? And they're like, oh, this year there's like I don't know about offside or
There's
whatever.
there's Olympic rules for all sports, and then there's other rules.
They
So
do
it's
change.
like
Yeah. Hockey rules change.
Everything changes for the Olympics.
Do you think we'll see Olympic specific patches? It's like
Entirely possible.
Patches.
This
Yeah.
is the
It's like-
Olympic build of StarCraft where whatever isn't
because they have
allowed
to
or-
let them know what version of the game they're going to be playing on
Yeah.
for long enough that
Years
they can
in
practice.
advance.
I wouldn't say years.
You don't think so?
Like I would think, especially with the fact that they're considering a sports game. So let's say FIFA 2024 comes out in September, just to throw a number out there.
Sure.
They would say, okay, FIFA 2024 comes out in September. The Olympics are in July. So you have 10 months, essentially.
I feel like they'd push it if they had to. Like the game makers would, if the Olympics said you need this much time, they'd make it whatever time it needed to be.
Yeah, I agree.
Weird.
Okay,
I can see a lot of like weird issues that you run into.
so weird issues aside, do you guys think this is a good thing or a bad thing?
As someone who loves video games, I think this is objectively good for me and the industry I love.
Absolutely, it's a net positive. Like it's who cares what games get in? It's a rising tide. It's just gonna get a profile like your old grandma who thinks games are stupid. They're just gonna see them at the Olympics, and that matters. Like the Olympics are a thing. They
The
matter.
more mainstream video games become, the better for people who are way, way, way into them.
Do you think that video games can be considered a sport?
Can chess be considered a sport?
Chess is not in the Olympics.
Yes, it
It's
is.
been
No,
it's
it's
been an
not.
exhibition event before.
It has been an exhibition event, but it's not in the Olympics proper.
I mean,
I did research on this.
I
and,
sort of don't believe you. Can we fact check this, please?
Some of
Did
the
Kevin do research?
let me tell you, some of the things that have been exhibition events at the
They're
Olympics
absurd.
has been absolutely absurd.
And so, will esports be an exhibition event, or are they supposed to be a main?
Nothing gets in as a
Without
medal
being
event.
an exhibition.
It's
event.
exhibition for one, and then it can be a medal at the next.
Okay.
one.
Yeah. So some of the things that have been exhibition events are caber tossing,
Sure.
angling,
The caber tossing is in one of the Nintendo Olympic something games.
I would watch the shit out of caber tossing.
So would I.
Yeah, angling,
Like fishing?
fishing. Yeah.
Or is
No,
that
no,
like,
poker
is that like
table.
poker? Like, I bet you're going to fold.
Hurling.
What is hurling?
Hurling
Long distance
is
puking.
I
Thank you.
want to say Australian game, or maybe
We're offending all our
South
Aussie
African
fans
That
team.
here.
doesn't describe to me what it is.
it's like combining rugby with lacrosse.
Okay.
Sorry, it's demonstration, just to fix us all here.
Not exhibition.
Demonstration sports.
Ballooning in
Yeah,
1900.
ballooning. Yeah, that was one of the interesting ones that I noticed on that list.
Yeah, bowling.
Bowling. Yeah, needless to say, there have been a large
shooting.
Yeah, cannon shooting. That's right.
use the guy who's kicked out for using the aftertouch.
But
Kite flying.
I mean,
Come on,
life saving.
Kite flying is one step above the fucking, or one step below the twirly
Okay.
ribbon shit.
Do you think these two events were held concurrently? Pigeon racing and pigeon shooting.
Followed by pigeon saving.
but yeah, I mean, the more I
this is
think about
beautiful.
it, the more I'm not on board with esports being at the Olympics.
Olympics
Do you
has
feel like it's going to be a spectacle? Like it's going to be the jokey haha thing?
It's definitely going to be the jokey thing. The announcers aren't going to know what to do with it.
What if they have specific announcers for it?
They won't.
Like your
They
boys.
will. Like
They have
ESPN
to.
has esports announcers
They
now
have to.
for just regular stuff.
You don't think?
It's
I bet Blizzard
watched
sends
Roy
their
Thorne's
fucking
show to
broadcast
the
team.
sack.
Blizzard
Check.
sends their entire TI team. To do it.
the play-by-play people during the games might be versed in it.
They will have to be.
But the people who are doing the desk in between, they're going to have no idea. They're going to be the standard people who are there.
Yeah, and they're just gonna be like, well, Cloud9 really, the America really got the shit kicked out of them by the Koreans in this event, just like everyone before it.
Yeah, but if
And
if
South
the
Korea
people on
has
the
won
desk
another gold.
don't give a shit about it, it's going to be very, very obvious to the people who are watching.
I feel like the Olympics, they give a shit about everything. You think they care about the 48th canoeing event? Like they care.
No,
and they'll be able
absolutely,
to pretend
but
to care. And
They're not so unaware that
I
they
don't
will-
know.
Come on.
I
This
don't
thing
think
is
it's going to be
8
this like
years in
tongue
the
in cheek of
planning.
everyone laughing at it. Like,
But see, that's the thing though. Like,
Especially when it has the. I wouldn't be surprised if like record numbers of viewers tuned in for the esports event just because it's this weird kishy thing.
there was a comparison. I don't know the exact number, but the 2016 Olympics, the last Summer Olympics, was the highest rated or the most viewed event was like 24 million people watching one event, and the last international had 5.7 million people watching the last international.
Sure, but that's
crazy.
very apples to oranges. What do you?
But it's not though, because
Not
because
anymore.
they're
Combining
trying to
a
combine
lot of
them.
people. A lot of people will just watch the Olympics.
No, they won't.
A lot of people. What are you talking about?
A lot of people watch the Olympics because they're sports fans, because they like the athleticism of the Olympics. They're
Sure.
not going to tune into an esports
No,
event.
they just have
of
the
people-
Olympics on.
No.
Yes. You think all the people watching every sport in the Olympics care about every sport? They're watching fucking 100-meter walk.
Let me explain to you how this is going to work.
Uh-huh.
You're going to have your 3 feeds of the Olympics, where one of them is going to be an esports event, one of them is going to be speed walking,
Right.
and one of them is going to be a talk about something that happened the night before.
Mm-hmm.
Which one do you think the bars are going to show? They're going to show speed walking, or they're going to show the recap?
I don't think
They're
so.
not gonna
I
show
think
the
it's going to be a
esports.
huge cultural event, and
No.
all those people who are normally not giving a fuck about the Olympics, like myself, who are out there fucking playing StarCraft, Dota, all that shit, are going to tune in to be like, man, this is crazy.
I totally disagree.
Everybody who is tangentially interested in video games is going to watch those events.
I remember being at at a bar for the last summer one with Bryce, and they had like baseball or something on one of the feeds, and they're like, called the waitress over, like, we actually were here to watch the beach volleyball. Goes, changes, it comes back.
No.
The men's beach volleyball,
okay,
and she's like,
I was about to say.
I'll see if that even exists. Yeah.
But no, I mean, even viewership aside, like, maybe people are going to watch it. I don't think your average Olympic viewer is going to watch the esports.
I think you're going to get all the non-average Olympic viewers are going to tip the scales.
I don't think it needs to like be the number one, but if it's not in last, that's huge.
True, if it's not last.
And I don't think it will be. Like, nobody rallies behind a cause like internet nerds.
Yeah, I don't know, but
The internet nerds don't own cable subscriptions.
I still disagree
you need
with
cable
the
to watch?
entire
You can watch it.
belief that
I watch them online
esports
myself.
are considered real sports.
I sort of think that there is going to be a clash between, like, it's going to be like jocks versus nerds kind of clash.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
You're just
is that?
see,
I'm
you're,
right up to it.
You're talking into the middle of your microphone, not the microphone part of your
fuck,
microphone.
How sensitive is this goddamn thing?
It's as sensitive as Eads.
So I
nobody's
think there's going to be
is.
that clash where, yeah, the color commentators are going to, like, okay, let's kick it over to the esports segment or whatever. Let's check out what's going on in esports. Huh.
Yeah.
I know, but I believe there's some cattiness to, like, you could say by the same token of, and here we come from the big, I don't know what a summer sport that anyone gives a shit about. Here's from the soccer match, and now we're going to watch speed walking. Ha! Because no one cares about speed walking. Yeah. It's going to be the same, like...
Sure, but even
it's going to feel like a filler event. It's not going to be the we're not pariahs. Like, that's the nerd
I don't think it's going to feel that much like a filler event.
Even,
all these young people who grew up playing video games are adults by then. Video game nerds rule the world in 2024.
You know, I gotta say,
my time is soon.
No, I don't know about that.
You can talk about how mentally difficult it is to be a video game pro, but it is not a physical challenge.
Yeah, and it's going to be...
Not compared to something like football.
But and that's the thing, though, because if arguably the Olympics is about physical sports, which is why events like chess and darts and pigeon shooting...
The skeet shooting is in the Winter Olympics. Shooting is in all the Olympics.
I would like to remind you, hometown Olympian Randy Ferbey.
That's my boy.
Curling, yeah. Curling is more of a sport than...
Barely. Are
there
darts?
Like, look at it. I'd say most esports
the
competitors are in better shape than Randy Ferbey was when he won.
I don't know about most.
No, but like honestly, you look at we joke about all like the troglodyte looking people, but for the most part, to be
cutie pie.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to him as my just obvious example, right? Most people, to be in the high end of something, you need to have a certain amount of discipline and care, and that lends itself towards more being physically unfit. Decreases your mental acuity,
and like they're gonna play up the physicality. Like, well, he's clicking his mouse over 10,000 times. Maybe they won't actually, because that sounds a little ridiculous.
But like most people at high end, like Cutie Pie is an exception.
They should just show the keyboard and fucking watch it's like they're playing a symphony.
I have no problem with...
No, they're gonna be like...
Competitive conducting is an Olympic event.
Look at these fucking nerds. Even the speed walking guys are gonna be like, look at these fucking nerds. Like, why are these guys here?
Yeah. It's gonna be... So I don't know the future, but... assuming nothing changes, this will be one of the first times that professional video game teams are banded together by country instead of company.
Representing the United States, I'm a Cutie Pie. So the greatest thing we'll do is we'll get rid of the shitty fucking screen names that play
Hopefully
esports.
Hopefully not.
Because no one is ever going to announce that.
Cement screen names forever.
Yeah, again.
It's going to kill the stupid screen name illegitimacy.
Will be like, who is this?
This feels like the nerd persecution complex.
This does totally. All of this does.
Like
everyone's gonna be like, these nerds should go back to their computers and let the hockey players play their hockey.
That's not how
that's what this comes off as, though.
Totally, 100. This is
does,
exactly how
what?
you guys sound.
Well, there's no. I just feel like this is how it's gonna be.
No, the world is already not like that. It's less and less like that every year.
Sure, maybe, but again, the Olympics are physical sports. And these people have worked all their lives to walk
100 meters.
Yes.
And these people have worked all their lives to be good at Counter-Strike.
And like they're just gonna be like, computer games? You guys are bringing computer games?
I think if they do that, they immediately become the laughing stock of like internet society of like, look how fucking outdated and ridiculous the Olympics are.
You have to just show that it's a mastery of something. The Olympic isn't about physicality; it's about mastery.
Yeah, but they're still not gonna be like, you guys are playing video games at the Olympics.
Show them, like as you said, show the keyboard. Like you watch. There's a certain mastery. There's a respect of someone being good at something.
Maybe it's because I don't watch.
It feels like
any of these competitions, but I just in my head I'm just feel like
you have this outdated view that everyone hates on nerds, and it's just not like that. Like go watch some of these giant events with the 6 million people.
Sure, I get it. Like even some of the best wrestlers play a lot of video games, and those guys are like top specimens in their field, but. I'm just thinking, like, these guys in the Olympics,
What does that mean?
Like
Even physically fit people play video games.
Yeah, sure. And
Do you need me to pull up a picture of what Randy Furby looked like when he won the gold medal?
It's not that. It's
The man's abused.
I just feel like there's gonna be.
He gives me. I could be an Olympian.
I feel like there's gonna be like a clear divide, and there's gonna be a lot of like clash.
I will take a 7-year bet with you that there will not be.
Okay, well, I've been trying to get this point out for the last probably 4 or 5 minutes.
All right, spit it out.
I have no problem if they want to do an E-Olympics. Where it's
E-Lympics, if you
just...
Oh, like the Special Olympics.
What's wrong with the Special Olympics?
I mean, nothing, but...
Right answer. But
But...
it's the thing, though, right? It's like... If they want to do their own event,
No, they already
let them
have
do
the
their own
E-Olympics.
events.
They
No,
already
they
have
don't.
them. They've got the TI.
But those are for
all that shit.
individual games. If they want to band together,
But these
and
will
have,
also be for individual games. You're going to win a gold in StarCraft. You're not winning a gold in video games.
Like the argument of let them do their own equal but separate thing has never worked ever because it's obviously flawed. The Olympics is the Olympics because it is the world event. If you want to be recognized as the best in the world,
yeah, but
you
it
do
can,
the
it can
Olympics.
be an Olympic thing. Like it can be done by the IOC. It can be Olympic
Why doesn't-
branded.
But it's not the Olympics. Why not just be the Olympics?
Well, why is the Special Olympics not the Olympics?
Because there's an obvious limitation there.
But there's an
Very-
obvious limitation between a regular athlete and an esports athlete.
No, what does that
No.
mean? So there's an
You think a
obvious
regular
limitation between a runner and the football player. There's an obvious limitation between a swimmer and a skeet shooter.
These are the best people at their specific mastery.
Yeah, masters of their craft.
If we're gonna throw it to that, then why don't we bring back angling? Why don't we bring back chess? Why don't we bring
We
there's an
should
interest
bring
in
back
them.
chess. Absolutely.
If Bobby Fischer comes back from the dead, if there's an interest in them, they should be there.
But that's the thing, though. There isn't always an interest, which is like
But they're
you guys were
trying to figure out
you
if there's
guys
an
were
esports
shit talking speed walking. Like you said, it's probably the lowest watched thing on the Olympics.
And I think it should go. Like they're in there either because they're a legacy thing that no one has given enough to oust, but things become sports because there's an interest.
It's gonna be
But
huge.
I mean,
You're insane.
In
It is gonna be
2012, they
so
kicked out
huge.
soccer and they kicked out baseball.
How many people watch
Because there
Twitch
wasn't an
on a
interest.
daily basis? Get the Olympics, get the internet events on Twitch,
Wasn't
and
it-
there's your 20, 30 million viewers right there.
Wasn't it like a couple Olympics ago where they kicked out not professional wrestling, amateur wrestling?
yeah,
Yeah.
because there wasn't an interest.
And I think
So,
that
like-
video games have permeated culture enough that it will be a huge interest.
But like your
I
thing
don't-
is just say no.
I
This
agree
is
with
like
Kevin.
here's what you do: you try it out, which is what they're doing.
See,
and
and
if there isn't an interest, then you cut it. So why not let them go up to bat? Why not let them have their try? What devastating, awful thing?
I mean, listen, if we
Like
have
they're not going to
ballooning-
sit and
But
laugh
that's
at them.
that's the thing, though. Is
They're not going to snap towels in the locker room.
You-
This isn't.
you
make
you
me
talk
run.
about what? Sure,
What I think is
sure.
gonna
Put it
happen.
as an exhibition event.
Yeah.
But chances are, and this might be entirely wrong, but
it is.
I don't think they televise exhibition events.
No, they don't.
Exactly. So if you're using it as a gauge in order to see if people are interested, you can't do it as an exhibition event because you're not televised.
Oh no, the way they
Nobody's-
do exhibition events is to show that there's enough of a international competition, and then people talking about it. Like it's maybe you don't watch it, but,
But-
there's a bunch of people that don't watch them, but they follow every bloody stupid stat line.
So what happens when they do the exhibition event at 2020 and they have 4 or 5 video games and Korea sweeps? What happens then?
Korea's really. What happens?
Korea's really good.
What happens if Canada sweeps all the winter events? I don't know.
But that doesn't
what happens-
happen.
What
That
if it
doesn't
did?
ever
What if it did?
happen.
Korea might not sweep every event. Korea will win StarCraft. Korea is. I don't.
If-
they're
okay,
not the reigning team in
all right,
Dota.
all right, all right, if-
Chinese Dota, best Dota.
if Korea sweeps and then the 2, 3, and 4, like let's talk women's hockey or men's hockey, like it's the same kind of thing. But if there's not a reasonable 2, 3, or 4, they see the world interest in it. If 6 countries field a team, I'm saying like I'm going to your worst case scenario. If 4 countries field a team and they're all crappy and Korea sweeps, then it doesn't go anywhere. But if 20 countries field teams and maybe Korea sweeps, but other countries the rest is enough and people
But that's
care.
just the thing,
So why
though.
not try that? What's wrong with trying that?
Is 20 countries enough?
Yes,
Kevin, you sound. This argument makes me think that you've been playing too much Call of Duty.
Yeah.
There he goes. The host did the fucking lasso. Let's go. Hey, I read a fun article that Brandon linked me this week from NPR, which says, and I quote, "Call of Duty makes you stupider. Mario makes you smarter."
It doesn't say
No,
that.
it doesn't.
That
But
was my great editorial.
here's a real quote that I pulled from the story, and this is just fucking a nonsense sentence. People who played action video games that involve first-person shooters.
That's a
Hang
beautiful
on,
sentence.
I'm gonna read that again for you. People who played action video games that involve first-person shooters, such as Call of Duty and Medal of Honor, everyone's favorite, Medal of Honor, experience shrinkage in a brain region called the hippocampus.
That sounds made up.
The hippocampus?
Hippocampus.
Yeah, I've
is
never
That's
heard
not a
of
real
that.
word.
I know about that one.
Says a study published in
favorite
Molecular
campus.
Psychiatry. People who played people who played action video games people who played action video games that involve first-person shooters,
Okay.
such as Call of Duty.
So to get outside of the obviously these people never played video games, the gist of it is games like Call of Duty and that generally have like a GPS or a map or something that just kind of guides you where you're supposed to go or what you're supposed to do, and it shrinks the puzzle solving part of your brain.
Sure.
Whereas games like Mario
Apparently.
make it bigger.
Great.
It's
This is, keep in mind, this is on NPR, one of like the most popular, what do you call them, a network?
Yeah.
sure.
Everybody fucking, if it's on NPR, it is canon. It is real fact.
I don't even know what NPR is.
National Public Radio.
Radio.
It's they're legit. Like they
we
don't
could probably be on NPR.
We
Probably.
could be on
If
NPR.
we were in the
on
States, yeah.
NPR.
Yeah. It's the ongoing thing of people trying to justify their belief that video games make you dumb,
Yeah.
and they keep failing at it. And this is kind of closest they've gotten, but it's just funny to take a poke at all those people playing.
Sure. It's
What is it? First or action video games that involve first person shooters. You guys are dumb.
Yeah. I mean, listen, it shrinks one part of your brain, but it makes the part of your brain used for shanking dudes and hearing
Teabagging people.
It's teabagging, hearing Snoop Dogg say, "You just shizank that motherfucker." Makes that part way bigger.
Is that actually?
Oh yeah. You want to buy some Snoop Dogg voice lines?
Yes.
Because they're only like $9.99, son.
Oh, that's
Shizanked.
DLC.
Shizanked is a real fucking line from, I think it's like Modern Warfare, Infinite Warfare. It's one of the newish ones. Yeah, Shizanked.
I want to buy Shazanked.
See, I own Shizanked.
That's my new text message noise. Shazanked.
Shizanked. Hey, I heard No Man's Sky is finally a game, you guys.
Yeah, they finally reached their release promises. 3 updates later.
So, 3 updates and 2 years, a year and a half.
Yeah, about a year and a half. Sounds like that, dude.
So what?
Yeah, I think May last year is when it came out, 2016.
So it's all, you are building custom bases. You are like doing the whole kind of Minecraft, digging for materials.
Yeah,
It's
there's
exactly-
multiplayer supposedly.
Really? Like asynchronous multiplayer, or like?
Like you can like meet other people.
Oh, weird. They were always very wishy-washy on that.
Well, they said it existed, and then someone tried it out and it didn't exist.
Yeah. That whole game was. There were a lot of things that didn't exist when that game launched.
That game was a mess.
Yeah. You own No Man's Sky.
I do
right?
own No Man's Sky.
You should
Yeah.
totally fucking look back in on that. Forget Darkest Dungeon. Let's see what's up with No Man's Sky.
So what's your opinion? If you go play it now and it's good, like then it's good. Like you would say, like I enjoyed playing this. Is it a good game still, or is the terrible fuckery they put you through just killed it?
It's gonna have to be real good.
There's a line where it's good enough.
Would it be in gaudy?
Yeah,
say
obviously.
we're still in the year. Would it be in gaudy contention? Would it be in Game of the Year contention?
This
is the whole Skyrim is broken.
When it
should it
first
win?
You have to come
out-
with an attachment for your PlayStation that
When it first came out, there was nothing there.
No,
there
it was a garbage
no
fire.
game. There was nothing there. So if there's something there now,
Yeah,
I could see it being a good game.
sure.
But
Can you discount the year and a half of?
yeah, because I played it for like fucking 2.5 hours and then I never played it again. So
What about the tiny selection of people who don't have readily available access to the internet and go and buy No Man's Sky on a disc and get that version 1.0 of No Man's Sky?
that's their one game for the year.
Yeah. Oh man, Kevin from Talking Reckless said this was good.
I never said that.
I feel like people like that just make
Don't count, is what you're saying?
No, they
Yeah.
make lemonade out of lemons.
Yeah.
Like, holy fuck, this game is actually kind of good.
But I guess like in the abstract, like let's talk No Man's Sky. Any game like this that it comes out and it's a dumpster fire. And then
Diablo
it-
3.
And yeah, and eventually it makes that's a really good point.
Well, I had friends that liked Resident Evil 7.
Sure.
As an example.
Can a game redeem itself for you?
Resident Evil
Don't
6.
a lot
I
of
think you
people
mean.
say Resident Evil 7 is like game of the year?
I think you mean 6. 7 is the new horror,
Oh, sorry, yeah.
really good
Yeah,
one.
yeah, 6.
Six, the one blowing giraffe.
Yeah,
Resident
giraffe
Evil.
porn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a couple.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
I have a couple
Giraffe
friends.
porn.
the woman blowing the giraffe.
If you look at the 6, it looks like a
The
giraffe
logo looks like a
getting
woman blowing a
blowy.
giraffe.
Yeah.
It
Can
sure
somebody
does.
pull that up?
Yeah,
Look it
yeah.
up, yeah. And they don't play many video games, but like they're into Resident Evil and like this
Yeah.
game's cool.
I hope Warren's not listening, but that's how I feel about Warren sometimes. 'Cause Warren's
He's
like,
a woman blowing a
What,
giraffe.
he's
No,
just like a
'cause-
dude blowing a giraffe?
no, 'cause he's playing these like Friday the 13th,
Yeah.
and like he's playing all these like
Oh, this
that-
game's cool.
the first Battlefront, and he's like way into. He's like, this game's amazing, and I'm like, well,
You're someone drew it out. Look at that.
I feel like I know better sometimes.
That's a good. Like
Sure.
I was gonna come down hard on it, but yeah, no. Diablo turned around for me. They made good, and that's
Totally.
an interesting.
One of my like favorite games from the last few years for sure.
So
The
yeah,
most
I
time.
guess I do believe a game can make good.
Yep.
Because Diablo was
You
garbage.
you look. It's a like nostalgia and well, really memory is such a weird thing because you tend to only remember the positives, and it's true. It's or the
That's-
extreme
no,
or the
you
extreme
always
negatives.
remember the negatives.
You remember strong moments.
It's true. It is true. But like,
You remember the milk toast
Think-
whatever game, right?
think about like. Well, you're a bad example, but
This-
like if you think back to past jobs, like I very fondly remember all of my past jobs. Like, yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was, I remember working East Side Mario's being a cook. That was a lot of fun. At the time, I remember fucking hating it, but
Hey, we were just talking before the show about you guys loving some work you were doing.
Oh yeah, another one.
But no, I mean it's the same thing with it's the poker player
Yeah.
fallacy.
You
It's
always
like
remember
you
your
always
losses.
remember the losses.
It's true.
Oh, yeah.
So
I don't remember Diablo 3. I mean, I do vaguely remember Diablo 3 being bad, but more than that, I remember the 700 hours of me playing the good Diablo 3.
That's a good point. Yeah, no, I guess a game can redeem itself because Diablo sure as fuck did.
And I guess to that point, you don't put in very much time when it's bad, and then when it becomes good, you're like, well, this is pretty good. I'm going to play this now.
Yeah.
So just by that nature, of course, you remember the better more.
and yet like I don't remember Diablo ever being bad. So
it was very, very broken when it launched.
was it?
Like, there was no end game. It was very low rewarding. It was Path of Exile level rewarding.
There was an auction house where you had to buy all the items.
I remember that.
Yeah, I didn't get a legendary drop before the revamp. It was
Really?
like
Yeah, I
it
got
was like
one. I got
50 or
one.
60 hours. Yeah, it was
it was brutal. And
it was bad. There's a I think it might have been on Gama Sutra. There's a really fascinating article about how Blizzard totally fucking turned Diablo 3 around.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they fired a bunch of people and moved people around, and yeah, that's curious. Like I was gonna drop the hate bomb of No Man's Sky fucked around and sucked, and I don't care if it's good now. But you're right, Diablo did turn for me, and that's a good point. I'm willing to accept. Yeah, so go play No Man's Sky.
Achievement
Come back.
unlocked. Convinced Brandon.
I will-
Brandon will remember this.
I will accept. This was life changing. I will accept it as game of the year if you tell me it is.
Wow, game of last year.
Oh yeah, you guys had
Oh,
that
shit.
conversation.
What up, cat? The cat is back.
Cat came
Thought
back
it was a goner.
At like the same time, give
We
or
got
take.
3 lines in there at least.
towards the end. Yeah,
The very next day.
Thought it was a goner.
you guys had that conversation about life-changing games,
Yeah.
and
And
I
I defined my definition of life changing, and these guys spit in my face.
Yeah, and literally means figuratively.
It does.
yeah, exactly.
But
I mean, as far as
every
video
single
games
thing
go,
you do
right?
in a second is life changing. You could argue.
Yeah, literally means
In the grand scheme of things, video games are not life changing. I don't think at all. Well,
No, but
sometimes they are.
with your example with Metal Gear 4,
Mm.
you're like, holy shit, games can be cinematic and fucking like
Yeah.
deep.
It turns out I really like
deep.
Metal Gear.
Yeah.
Huh.
Huh.
That Metal Gear was life changing. Metal Gear was the genesis of like this friendship, of this podcast,
exactly,
of
and
all
that's
the
what I
fucking
stand by, too.
machinima and shit. We would not be here. We literally would not be here without
Yeah.
Metal Gear. That I don't want to. You needed a password the other day, and I sent it to you, and you don't realize it, but it was Metal Gear related.
Jesus. No, I can get behind the games are life changing thing, but I think it's very, very rare. Like I think
life changing is just a phrase that we use because we were just young kids.
Yes.
No, I think
I feel like you sucked the meaning out of it.
I can name one game in my life that was life changing for me.
Is it gonna be World of Warcraft?
No,
You wouldn't say World of Warcraft changed your life?
absolutely not.
But the amount of time you put in World of Warcraft.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
not the
It's you
amount
put
of
so
time.
much
I
time
don't
in.
It has nothing to do
Think
with
of
the
all
amount of
think of
time
all the
you put into
relationships.
something.
Think of all the relationships you formed.
From World of Warcraft?
He played it a lot less than any of us.
Okay.
Yeah, I probably played it the least of anyone we know.
Okay, what is it?
Dragon Warrior 1 from the original NES.
Uh-huh.
And I would say that game was life-changing because it was the game that made me realize how much I loved video games, and it was the game that made me realize how much I loved role-playing games.
And that was the only one that ever changed your life. At no point, Soul Calibur 2 did not make you realize you liked Soul Calibur 2, and we're very good at Soul Calibur 2.
Soul Calibur 2
Soul
made
Calibur
me-
2 made you drop out of university. You wouldn't say that changed your life?
That was Soul Calibur 2 was my first year of university when arguably that shit doesn't even matter.
Yeah,
so.
okay, sure. No, yeah, it doesn't count. Doesn't count.
You're
But
not gonna
no,
put
like-
magic.
No, you can't. How you can?
Maybe.
Again, it's like
I mean, from
weighty-
video games.
Okay, yeah,
Like, I mean, arguably I could say poker changed my life as well.
absolutely.
Of course it
because,
did.
Like,
You dealt it, and
Yeah.
it was a huge part of your...
But I mean, strictly speaking,
Life,
video games, I would say only the original Dragon Warrior.
Absolutely, that's respectable.
It's like a
that's
very
insane.
weighty phrase, obviously.
Thank you.
Right?
Yeah, and that's
Word-
why
words
that's why
have
I don't
meaning.
want to.
Words have meaning.
That's why I don't want to tie it to too many things because I can't defend World of Warcraft changing my life. I can't defend.
I think that I'm going to come out of playing Hellblade with a slightly better appreciation of like, oh man, this is a little bit, I understand a little tiny bit, and I don't want to like, it's a hard thing to talk about mental illness, but I kind of understand a little bit of maybe what someone with these mental illnesses is going through. I would say that has made me more empathetic. That will ultimately change my, you don't think so?
I mean, maybe, but it's not the video game that's changing your life.
And, like-
it's exposing yourself to a reality that you didn't expect.
Yeah, in the form of a video game.
Yeah, that's,
But it-
that's a weak argument.
But it could have been in any other form.
Right, and then I would have said, man, that movie really changed my life.
This burrito just changed the
Yeah,
shit
exactly.
out of my life.
Yeah, no, I disagree.
It's a weighty phrase that we definitely throw about.
Like,
And
you-
But I
you've
mean,
made-
when you think of it,
You can totally
just
shoot
changes-
it down if you want.
it just changes your trajectory. Like, I like fucking cinematic games that just hold my hand, tell me a story, and whatever. But a couple years ago, I started playing. I played Titanfall, and I'm like, holy fuck! Like this game's kind of fun. So it's kind of changing that trajectory too. Like, I could probably play more Titanfall and try to get good. Does that make sense?
But did you?
I like.
mentioned last episode I was on. I want to buy Titanfall and play more Titanfall.
You already own Titanfall.
I know.
You gotta buy it on every console.
I want to
possible.
play it on the my preferred
Power
console.
user. We just have...
But again,
It's fine.
It's-
I have a
remember
very
it's-
light
It's the
definition
most
of changed my
semantic
life.
argument possible.
I know.
Oh,
it
absolutely.
absolutely.
It's like you're either
Absolutely.
of the school where I think Brandon and I are, where
Words have meaning.
very very limited things are life changing, or you're of the school where every moment that passes and every action you do is life changing.
Maybe I just want to be... I want to go in and learn something and be different and come out and see a different perspective.
Yeah, you can do that without it.
Be open to it, you know?
Like, we've made fun of a friend of ours who constantly says this is the best thing ever.
It's true.
And this, I treat this in the exact
It's
same
true.
vein.
This is that.
Of just
Yeah,
you're
this is
reaching
that.
to hyperbole instead of
Yeah.
accurately.
But I don't pull it out that much. And it's only come up so recently because we've been talking about
But
it.
then, like, I asked you like how many, and you just started rattling off. You're like, let me pull out my giant list of
My
700
life,
games that have
Games
changed
that
my
you
life.
did
in the last
mention.
my
3
life
weeks.
has been incredibly influenced by video games. That is what I have loved literally my entire life that I can remember.
And
Every single waking moment that I've had free time, I want to be spending it either playing or talking about video games. They have shaped my life profoundly.
the games that you did mention were like, yeah. There's the game.
Yeah, it's
And
semantic.
again,
It's-
bringing it to me,
Everyone
like,
has something in their life that...
if I
Game-
Yeah,
Books,
some of
books.
us have 700 things.
Books!
Yes, I've read a lot
Novels.
of books. I can name 3 maybe that I think have
Only
changed my life.
3?
That have changed my life. Yeah.
Man, your guys' lives are so static and unmoving.
and that's that's
Or
kind of
I'm-
the
I've-
thing too. It's
or you
first-
figured it
what
out.
My, my view of the world.
you
already.
got to the finish before
Not
me.
everything. Not everything is like, oh yeah, I like this. I'm not building my personality on every
it's definitely
floating
person
butterfly.
to person as well. Have you ever played Metal Gear?
Let me teach you the Church of Big Boss. No, like honestly, that stealth games aren't my
that's
thing.
perfect.
Shooters aren't my thing. I've watched a lot of Metal Gear, and
We're slowly breaking out
and
of that thought, though.
honestly, I made a point repeatedly to like sit down and read through somebody explain the story.
Oh no!
Like that was the thing. Every time I
God.
brought it up, like this is ridiculous, and I respect that. I just it'll never be a game I want to
Yeah.
play. And
Do you
I
like
respect
anime?
that- No.
Metal Gear is anime.
Yeah,
so,
like,
you-
but
of
that's-
course you
I
won't
respect
like
it as a good game. Like, there's no way a game can
That's-
have this much of a devoted fan base without being good.
kind of
But
a
it's not my
thing where
thing.
you just take that leap. Where you
Like
just
with
have
Wolf-
to take
Trust
that
me,
leap.
Like with Wolfenstein in a way. You're like, I don't like shooters, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna try this shooter.
And-
It was really good.
It was really good, and like just the way I play games. There's the number of
Yeah.
half-finished games littering my library.
It's very much so with me in Titanfall. Like, even though Titanfall had a very good single-player campaign,
Yeah.
and I could have probably left it at that, I did play a lot of multiplayer game of that, and I'm like, this is fucking good. And even though I'm not good, it's fun.
Yeah. For the same reason that I bought Tekken Tag Tournament 2.
Fighting games,
And
yes.
Mortal
I'm
Kombat
trying to
X.
change all your guys' life.
I always want to be changed. I always want to like discover that thing of like I thought I hated this, but it turns out I don't. And these are cool.
But I mean, that's the thing though. Like, if you find that one fighting game that you really want, that doesn't change your opinion of all fighting games. It just means you found one fighting game that
But you
like.
gain
Yeah.
an appreciation.
Forza
Like, okay.
Forza 3 legitimately kind of made me understand racing games. And
See,
I actually really like Forza 3 because you can dial it in, of course, and they're like, show me the line and show me how fast to drive. Yeah, now
Yeah, but I
I'm
mean,
racing.
maybe that's the case, but you're probably not going to go pick up the next Gran Turismo game that comes out.
Certainly, no, probably not.
Yeah,
was like-
I might
so-
the next Forza game though.
It's fundamentally differently how we interact with the world. I don't have this deep hate on for anything I don't actively love that you've built up. Like, I'll never buy another racing game.
Wait,
but
what?
I
You don't have? Are you saying I have a deep hate on for everything I don't actively love?
Yes.
What are you talking about? I'm the one who's out here buying Tekken Tag Tournament 2.
Hot or cold with you.
It's
Whereas,
true.
like, I will never play
It's
Metal
true.
Gear, but I watched whatever the latest one was. I watched a bunch of streams of it, and I really appreciated it. Sure, I thought it was really good. I'll never play it, and it's not my thing, but I can respect that it's good. And the same thing with, racing games. I watched someone, when Le Mans was a few months ago, which is the 72 or 24-hour race. Some guy at the same time in whatever the video game was, he did the race for 24
Wow.
hours, and I watched a bunch of stream, and I think that's really cool, and I like that. So I don't need to play the game and have my life change to respect that this is something cool.
Sure.
No, but if you give it that chance.
But the thing is by default I give things that chance.
It's kind of like
I've
when
played no Metal Gear, but I can sit here and like, yeah, I believe Metal Gear is great. I believe it is one of the games, right?
Metal Gear aside, like window dressing
Don't
aside,
say that. Don't. Who are you?
Metal Gear 5 is a really good game.
Yeah, it looked
It's
great.
true.
Yeah.
Objectively, without the Metal Gear 5.
The thing is, I don't
a
need to
very good
play
game.
these and
Actually,
have
it's
my life change to respect that it's a thing.
Probably better.
This is like me getting into wrestling. You're totally right. I am fucking hot cold. I'm cold until suddenly I am head over heels into it. That's just how I do things. I can't help it. I am obsessively compulsive over the things I like.
You need your life changed.
Let me
I like having my life changed.
introduce you
I really like
It is.
that
It's super
shift in
good, and that's
perspective.
like
to cocaine.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Because
Can I just get a taste for free?
Yeah, I will
or-
give you your first taste
Yeah?
for free. And then
Okay.
as long as you only buy it from me,
All right, you'll cut me a
I'll
deal,
make
right?
sure you get the good stuff. It's all going to be clean. It's not going to be
Yeah.
cut with anything.
Children listening, you guys.
Is it supposed to be yellowish like this? I don't.
you always talk like he was talking this like trajectory thing, whereas I look at the moments in my life that I consider life changing, the games, the books, the events. I look and I go, if that hadn't happened, it wouldn't have been a slight trajectory change. It would have been a hard fork in a different direction. And so that's like, I think of those are like big pivotal moments of this person will remember that. Like those. So when you say like everything was changing it feels like it devalues things that I consider deep.
Yeah, I was this close to becoming a car guy.
Well, really?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
How?
Whoa.
Yeah?
Well, back when I
It's not
was
gonna happen
19
now,
years
settle
old, and I bought myself a 1986 Camaro Z28.
No way. You have.
Yeah.
You not heard this?
It had
No!
it had
Oh, this is good.
it had T-tops.
Car guys are
It was-
lolling.
oh
What color
man.
was it?
It was white.
Oh, I love Camaros with T-tops, dude.
Yeah, it was- it
We
was-
could have been best friends.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
I mean,
And,
you guys are like pretty good friends now. I
Yeah, we
don't
could have
know.
been best friends. We could have been driving up and down White
best man
Ave
at the wedding.
with fucking T-tops
Yeah.
down, blasting whatever music.
No, I was planning out all the things I was going to do to this car, and then when I bought it to my mechanic, he found some
Oh yeah, that's
some
always the thing.
problems that the mechanic that I got the pre-buy inspection from missed.
Huh.
So I had to go back to that mechanic and say, "Hey, you're going to buy this car off me right now, or I'm going to sue you into the ground." And that was my last experience with that car. I had it for 4 days,
Wow.
and it was
Car guy for 4 days.
It was a great 4 days, man. Let
He'd
me
already
tell
bought
you.
like a jacket and
Yeah.
a shirt and a fanny pack back then.
Goggles,
or something.
big goggles.
That was the car that I went from, and this is not going to mean anything to anybody who doesn't live in Sherwood Park, but I went from Clover Bar Road to Broadmoor. Is that the one?
That's the one very west.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I went from Clover Bar
You
Road
could
to
do that.
Broadmoor on Highway 16 in 17 seconds.
That's like 5 or 6K for anyone not around here. 7 miles ish.
No, that wasn't.
None of those numbers are
that's
remotely
not
real.
That was the whole I went from Clover Bar to Broadmoor thing, and that was literally the most
speedometer-
useless statement we've ever had.
I was trying to context
the most
it.
useless statement
I was
award
trying to give context.
goes to Kevin Byer.
The speedometer on the car topped out at 180, and we figured we were doing about 240.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it was fast.
That's dangerous. Hey, let's do some emails, gang. Some real. No, before we do some emails, everybody should listen to the Spanish Announce Table podcast. It's the Sat Pod, hosted by my good friend Warren Barris. Brandon Lynch on there sometimes as well. Warren did a solo show.
Really?
This week?
Wow.
Yeah.
Good
No
for
way.
him.
Yeah.
That's dedication.
Oh yeah,
That's tough.
Usually, if it ever when it used to come down to doing solo shows for this show, we would just I would just cancel it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck that.
He didn't care as much as Warren does.
I've always said that.
I'm not gonna sit down here for 2 hours. What am I gonna say for 2 hours by myself?
Talk about things that change your life.
I won't even do a two-man show.
way
I think
more than
two-man
that.
shows are something else too. But before we go to emails, you have an announcement.
Yeah.
We're just
okay.
dropping the Sat Pod here?
I think we
Mid-plug?
do. I think we do it at the very end because it's kind of a showstopper.
Well, it's a news. It's news though, right?
Yeah, I don't want everyone to be bummed out, you know. All right, I'll do it.
I think you should.
All right, August 26th, Royal Rumble's coming up. Twitch.tv
The what, sorry?
Talking Reckless. The Reckless Rumble.
There you go.
That's the
Sorry, not the Royal.
No.
Reckless.
week before.
That's SummerSlam.
I
Hear about
have...
it on the Sat Pod.
All right, let's real talk.
All right.
WREAL.
WRAL. I will not be in attendance at the Reckless Rumble.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
That's tough.
Yes, for
Life happens, right? It comes up.
for reasons I'm not going to get into here. I will be unable to make it, but I mean it's not all bad news. I found a stand-in. He, I don't want to say too much. I mean, I feel like you guys have a leg up on him because he doesn't know the games. He like honestly doesn't even know what he's in for. He just agreed to come do this thing, and it is what it is, you know.
Yeah, I mean
It sucks. It
You'll be
super
missed.
sucks.
I agree. Yeah, like
We've been planning this thing for fucking months, and like, it's taken years. I had hair before we started planning this, and
It's a big guy. It's taking you down to nothing. I warned you to
it
it
has. It has, man. I used to be fat too.
You lost weight.
yeah, no,
but
I'm
sucks,
really
dude. It
really
fucking
sad that you're not
sucks.
going to be there.
So much.
But you know, we're recording it, so at least you get
Yes.
to watch it after the fact.
Yes, and in the interest of like full disclosure, I have worked with this person in the past. I have professionally, like I have taken money for services. I've represented him, we'll say, in the past. Again, in the interest of full disclosure, but I think he's gonna do great. Like I don't think you guys will miss me, to be honest.
He's gonna get squashed.
yeah,
For fucking
Probably.
sure.
for sure.
I'll maybe send him the games list and just see if he
Whatever.
wants to brush up. But yeah, sorry for the bummer. But we're gonna truck on here. Please watch on August the 26th. Let me know how it goes. You know, maybe I'll try to phone in or something if I can.
Yeah,
Yeah,
12
we
Mountain.
we can probably do like a little segment where you Skype in or something.
We'll have an in memoriam.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna lose like max levels of like viewership because Matt's
The
not
maximum
gonna be
viewership, yeah.
on. Sure.
Yeah, that's
okay. Whatever. However you guys want to
Good
interpret
save.
that.
Best save of the night.
However you guys want to interpret that. That's actually pretty good.
Most
But-
users
I'm gonna
comment.
be. I'm,
best save.
I'm gonna
The
be.
real guys
It's
know
like
what I'm
Goldeneye
talking
here.
about.
You can use swords, everyone.
I'm gonna be checking in. I'm gonna be keeping tabs. I'll be watching. I'll be watching at the very least. So
They're
I
taking
mean-
your slot, though, like your pick
yeah,
slot.
they're gonna take
scheduled
my
for
player.
winning, right?
They're gonna take my
Scheduled for
player
winning.
card, and yeah, I'm gonna try to tune in. So again, sorry, but let's go to some emails, fam. Podcast talkingreckless.com is the email address where you can write them in, or just drop on the subreddit if you want, r/talkingreckless, or you can tweet them to us.
Subreddit
Talk
soon
Reckless
will. A lot of people there. A lot
Pod.
of people having fun.
It's actually like every
You haven't
week.
been there? There's like a Discord now for some gaming together. There's
Yes.
a lot of cool stuff.
Yes,
If you like the podcast, you'll find your people there.
I am always looking for people to play PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds with, and I've played them with I'm gonna say 4 or 5 different podcast listeners so far, and we have always had the best time. That game is so fucking.
Yeah,
God, that game's good.
It's great people listen to this. A lot of funny stuff. A lot of funny people. It's a good place.
Oliver, why don't you read this here email from Senran Kukuruweeb?
Hello, my duders. I have a quick question for you guys. What is the worst fandom you have ever been part of? If none, what's the worst experience you've ever witnessed of a fandom? Love the pod. Cast.
Nice line break there. That wasn't Oliver's fault. That was whoever wrote this document. Some intern's getting fired.
I just copy pasted off the subreddit.
One of my favorite parts of the week. Actually, it's weird because I've listened to a bunch of podcasts and they all call these podcasts pods.
I hate
Which
that.
I hate.
That's like calling video games vids.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that
I absolutely
too.
hate when people call them pods.
I just racked that. I'm gonna rack Hellblade this weekend.
How do you
It's a
feel
cool
about calling your character in like a game or an MMO
Toon?
Toon?
No, I'm gonna fucking
It's
stab
the
you in
worst.
the
It's
neck.
the nut low.
Does
What
it
is
stand
it?
for
What is
something?
it?
Toon.
Toon.
What is
Yeah.
that?
I
Yeah.
hate Tune.
I don't
Is
can't
it
stand
short
it.
for something, or like I never got it? Is it just a meaningless
It's like
phrase?
it's the cartoon avatar of you, Toon.
Oh.
It's awful. It's unbelievable. awful. No one ever say that. That's my worst fandom
Yeah,
experience.
the tunes.
A podcast originated with like iPod
Yeah.
broadcast, right?
Yeah.
And I just don't like that.
That's probably not
Really
true.
don't. I
It
think
is.
it is.
It totally is. I think. Yeah. Apple. I'm sure. I wonder if Apple has. I wonder if podcast could be a trademark term.
I don't.
We
think
should
is.
trademark
Everybody-
it. If it is, yeah, let's get on that.
I can answer this succinctly with saying the League of Legends fucking community was the fucking worst.
Yeah,
I
they're
played.
very
I tried
toxic.
playing it once on one of our streams,
Yeah.
and like nobody was cool to me. I'm like, you guys are fucking
Not even
assholes.
me.
Yeah,
I was a member of that community.
I tried to play League, and Bryce was the shittiest person I've ever
Oh,
met to
yeah.
me. Just shit on me.
We, the league players, can't help ourselves.
I'm gonna call out Bryce here, and he seems like a fucking asshole.
Oh yeah, Bryce is a giant
We're
douche.
playing
One
video
of the worst
games.
people I've ever met. Hey Bryce, this is payback for all the times you
For
shit on
real?
me on the cast.
Why do you think Bryce? So hang on. Brandon does it jokingly. Bryce is like one of the most like timid,
he is absolutely
understanding
a
individuals
super
I've ever
cool
met.
Dude.
Why do you think he's super shitty?
It's just like
other
when he-
than the propaganda
when he
from
okay,
Brandon.
when he talks about League of Legends in particular, and
Uh-huh.
even like board games, he has this high and mighty like
a
stance.
little highfalutin.
Yeah.
He's got an elitism to
He
him.
is an elitist,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
for
I'm
sure.
like, holy
And I
shit,
respect
Bryce,
that. I got a lot of
chill
elitism
out.
to me, yeah.
Like, you're a cool dude. What's happening? It's
I've
just
never
kind of a
noticed
thing.
that.
Well, I have.
He's younger. He's aging into it.
He's very cocky.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is he really?
Very
yeah.
cocky.
Oh, yeah. Like you don't ever get to you get to see him a lot in spots where he's going to listen to this. To God, right? I hope.
yeah.
I hope he
He's
continues
not
to never
gonna
listening
listen
to.
to this.
He won't.
You see him a lot of experiences where he's not confident or he's not in his element. But when he's in his element, when he knows it,
Okay.
he's
I think
cocky.
that's it.
He's cocky. Yeah.
I think that's
And
exactly it.
to be fair to him, he's earned that cockiness because the things like he's good at League. He's
Sure.
he's
I'll give him that.
like as much as anybody can.
He's the best of us.
No,
which
but
was
like
not
as
that
much as
great.
anybody can, like you still shouldn't be that person. But
Like, Bryce, let's
He's-
dial it down.
yeah,
Bud.
all intensity.
Really?
Oh,
I
yeah.
get that.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I
Still cool. Like, I'm
I-
never going to play him at League of Legends or
So-
board
No, he
games.
crushed my League of
So,
Legends spirit.
Yeah.
I would say League of Legends.
Anyways,
changed
yeah.
my life. Seriously, like I learned a lot from being an internet shithead for a lot of years.
Yeah.
I seriously every single day actively like try to just not be an asshole. That is my mantra. Don't be an asshole. There are many times when I just want to fucking snap the pen that I'm holding and stab it into one of your guys' necks because you know goddamn well what life changing means. But I just sit down and just like, no, you have your view, I have mine.
That's maturity, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to work at it. It doesn't just happen.
I mean, when you're as old as me, you don't have to work at it
Well,
anymore.
yeah.
So
No.
You
I've got it
40
You're
years
past-
ago.
You're
you
past
did
giving
that.
a shit age. You
Yeah,
ran out of
that's
fucks
right.
30, 40 years
The
ago.
man's wearing a bathrobe for God's sakes.
It's not a bathrobe; it's a house coat.
Yeah, sorry.
What's the difference?
Nothing.
nothing.
One you wear around the house,
Semantics.
one you wear when you get out of the bath.
We're good on semantics.
American Canadian. Yeah,
That's mine.
yeah. Brandon's
mean-
got the real one here, so
No, mine like ties in almost the exact same. It's the people who feel a need to express that whatever their preferred flavor of a thing is so much better than anyone else to almost no provocation. So you probably saw this in League is people be like, I can't believe like Dot is so shitty just
Yes.
for no reason. They'll go off.
Oh yes.
So I've been playing a lot of Path of Exile, and the chat is just filled with people shitting on Diablo for no reason. And I think Path of Exile is a better game, but these people are just shitting on it like it's just the worst thing ever, and there's no reason for it. Stop shitting on other people who like different things than you.
It's especially true if the thing, if it's not number one, if it's
Exactly,
not the
yeah.
biggest played,
Oh, absolutely.
like say maybe Diablo is of that genre.
Yep. exactly.
Everyone just has to fucking shit on the number one.
Yeah, because it just makes you feel good. It makes you feel better. Like stop. And I get it a lot as a big fan of Magic, and people in Magic like to shit on every other game, and I kind of vaguely go into Hearthstone, which is the effective path of exile of Magic, and people in Hearthstone love to shit on Magic. And it's just this, just be happy that you like what you like, and you know what, just say I don't like this thing and be done with it. Don't just concoct awful stuff to make yourself feel better that you've somehow made the enlightened choice of picking this over the other one. It's deeply ingrained in nerd culture as we see it go across every vertical of gaming. But it's awful.
If you want to get real nerdy, there was this. Let's talk about machinima for a little bit. There was this like once upon a time there was people making movies out of video games. And then this thing happened where people just started playing video games and talking over them, and they're called Let's Plays. And there were all these people who were like, "No, I like telling a story and like writing fucking scripts and spending 500 hours making this 2-minute little thing and doing all this dumb video editing. And we're gonna those people, all of you are gonna come to the studio and record all these lines. It's gonna be a whole thing." And then these people are like, "I'm just gonna play Splinter Cell for 5 hours." They go, "I can't stop Fister." And it was very easy to be like, man, you guys are fucking no effort motherfuckers. And all those Let's Plays are getting all the views. Meanwhile, we machina heads over here are drowning.
Did you call yourselves that? Was that the...
No.
Okay, thank God.
No.
Machinimators.
I was going to be like, go all jock on you.
masters.
Like, man, you guys are nerds and just done.
Machinibators.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened.
That is
Like,
100% what happened.
That's brutal.
The real reason that that is the fucking reason I feel that Max and I aren't still in constant contact.
Right? Yeah.
Yep.
Because you turned to the dark side?
You want to get real?
You're a deep machinabator?
I was machinabating every day. Sometimes hours a day. Sometimes Oliver would come over to my basement and we would machinabate together.
That was what the basis of this whole thing was on. That was like the rock.
This rock is our rock is machinabation?
Yes.
Yeah. Could you smell what it was cooking?
No. I don't think that would smell very well.
I know what you meant. And it was, shitty young kid Matt Eads couldn't see the other side of the coin.
And that's like, nerds don't get beyond that. And like, I'm a nerd, but just, you see so many people that just like what you like and don't have if you need to shit on someone else to feel good about what you like, you're doing it wrong.
You've got something wrong in your life.
Talk about why you love the thing you're doing.
Kevin, what you must have been a part of something real fucking shit.
I don't even fucking understand the question, man.
Fucking
like,
do you understand the word
Kevin,
fandom?
As a
it's
juggalo,
like the people who like something, right?
I don't know, but the people who like something, if you consider yourself part of a fandom, you are like deep in. You're
fuck. That was a good joke.
That was
full
a
on.
very
You're
good
writing
joke.
slash fiction. You're shipping people.
Did you hear my joke? Can I say it again?
Yeah, Juggalo.
Yeah, no, juggalos are the ultimate,
best.
the easy. That's a fandom.
Yeah.
I
What are you a juggalo for?
I
worst.
honestly can't.
What is your juggalism, Kevin?
Can't think of anything I've ever been part of a fandom of.
No.
Like
Even-
if it's something that you have to get so deep into that you.
Even what about like back in the day when it was even on like official PlayStation magazines? You would shit on the competition, be like, "Oh, Nintendo nerds."
No, I'm with Kevin. Like you've
I
never
mean,
been
I-
super deep on anything.
I had a Sega Genesis.
And
I
you
still
didn't-
love
you didn't
Super
buy into
Nintendo.
the,
like
Genesis, Sonic's pooping on Mario or whatever they were doing.
no, I mean they were both different games. They were
Yeah.
both fine in their own respects.
Very mature
like,
young man.
Kevin was enlightened.
I wasn't
before his
young.
time.
On your-
that's true.
We've been through this.
Very mature 40-year-old man.
On your Chevrolet Camaro, you didn't have Calvin pissing on a Ford symbol?
See, I didn't.
think that
I never
comes stock
understood
from the
that. But I
factory.
mean,
Paid to get it
You-
removed.
there is that little aspect of car
That's-
culture where you have to hate Fords.
That's
but-
exactly what
That's
it
the
is.
same like there's some
That's
ball
exactly-
busting. You can do. Please do some ball busting. It's funny, but just when it's just
Yeah, like I've never actively, at least I don't think that I can remember, I've never actively been angry at someone or thought less of them for liking something.
I used to be a bona fide Xbox fanboy, and to quote,
No.
thought Metal Gear and PlayStation were for losers.
Until he changed
until
his
one
life.
until one of
Sorry,
your
hold on.
machinabation sessions you
Until
turned
he
them.
changed his life.
I retract that statement
Oh boy.
because I
Okay.
just thought of something that I hated.
When me and Matt talked about Metal Gear.
No. Back when the Pokemon card game first came out, I could not.
I can tell you hate it because you pronounce it Pokemon.
How do you pronounce it?
Pokemon.
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 It's like 7 syllables.
Whatever.
Pokemon.
It's Japanese.
No,
Pokemon.
that was the thing that I could never understand because I never got anime at the time. I thought, I mean, to an extent, I still think it's stupid. I did like Yu-Gi-Oh!
Castlevania.
Castlevania was a good one. But for the most part, like, I didn't understand the whole Pokemon craze. So that, you could say, I was against that fandom.
Sure, but you weren't like going around being like, man, Digimon's where the Pokemon's for babies.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
or like Magic's way cooler.
I didn't have the counter to it. It was just like I didn't understand where it was coming from. I thought it was stupid art style. I thought the game mechanics were stupid.
It mostly happens online.
It's true. It does.
It's
like
so easy online.
It's easy being online, but just stop. I guess is I implore you people, stop.
Yeah, and basically, like, I was graduated high school before, like,
Cars.
Yeah.
I mean, before like the internet was big, right? Like,
yeah, no, totally.
So,
I too have started to learn maybe anime isn't all bad.
No, I like
slowly.
It's not my thing, but it's
slowly. I've found a few that I like every now and again.
That's fine. Like, just the thing is, if you don't like something, just don't interact with it.
And see, that's the thing. Like, especially for anime, I have to have either a personal experience with it, where like when I was younger, I randomly watched an episode of Yu-Gi-Oh, and I thought it was kind of awesome.
Dude, you and I tried to watch that first season 2 or 3 years ago.
Dude, we made it through like a solid 40 episodes.
I
in that
left
one day.
like 20 after.
Oh yeah, it was
my
sick.
God.
It was
they're,
sick.
They're 16 minutes.
We
long.
watched like 10 hours of it.
It's for 5-year-olds.
But it's the thing is, like, I have to have somebody, if I like respect that person's opinion and they tell me that something is good, I might watch it.
They say
Persona 5. Dude.
I've heard some things about
I like to think there's this alternate universe where young Kevin didn't find Dragon Warrior 1 and instead found some like anime. And in this universe, he's got like the giant, like ridiculous anime hair.
Oh yeah.
And
oh shit! I wish I was in that world.
And he wears a trench coat all the time, like this,
instead of the house coat.
Yeah, this is this Kevin. I want this Kevin in our universe.
I wish I had hair, Kevin,
like this
too.
Kevin. no, it's the hair you got, but it's every part of it.
It's just fucked up in anime style. I getcha.
I think Cyberpunk Kevin would be a cool one to have too.
Absolutely.
Podcast talkingreckless.com is an email address again, or you drop on the subreddit. Reckless Rumble coming up August the 26th. Watch it with me. You and I can watch together. Satpod, check them out. Satpod.podbean.com. Follow the show on Twitter. Talk Reckless Pod. Oliver, why don't you take us out of here as the man on the ones and twos?
I'm just gonna shut everything off.
Okay.
That's how I take us out.
In 3, and pull the plug.
And for you, we're good? We're dead?
No, we're still live.
No. I hope we're good. I'm going to talk to the Twitch chat now.
Oh, no. Well, I want to thank everyone. I want to thank Brandon.
Thank you.
Not you. Oh. All the Brandons who are listening at home right now, except for this one.
All the 149 out in the outside.
That's
all the Brandons.
Like real talk.
I want to thank the Brandons. I want to thank the Michelles, and I want to thank the Elroys today. And that's it. We're going to do more thanks later, but those are the 3.
I got to get this real talk in here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think our fans should be called Stuntman. I think they should be called Brandons.
Brandons. fan Brandon. Fanboy Brandon.
Brown Dong.
Brandon Mekawecki, thank you so much for joining us.
Happy to be here.
It's always a
That's
pleasure.
Brandon Prime.
Yes. Well, that's true.
I don't know.
Kevin, thanks for letting us be in
Hey.
your house.
Thanks for
luring the cat back again. That was a nice
you know
surprise.
that cat always sticks its little nose around here.
Right
and
about this time too.
I've seen it outside numerous times, and I've tried to pet it. It's very skittish.
Maybe he's warming up to you though. He's seen you a few times now. I don't know.
It's been a number of years.
Yeah.
So
Oliver Aguilar on the old ones and twos. Thanks for running the show, man.
Thanks for giving me the opportunity to run the show.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
It was stressful at the beginning, and then I totally forgot about it.
Yep. That's how you do.
Didn't press any of the buttons. Didn't do any of the dials.
Nope.
Hopefully, it'll sound fine.
Yeah, I'm
There's
sure.
no hopefully about it. We'll
We've got
see.
a great post guy. He does great work.
Sure.
Yeah, he's pretty good. We'll see you here on the next episode of the Talking Reckless podcast. Brandon, Michelle, and Elroy, and everybody else who's listening. It'll be episode 191.
The Rumble pre-show.
See you then. Scene. We're still live. Remember, we're still live. Oliver, do not start yelling slurs.
To the Twitch people, what's
F-words.
the schedule look like? What can they expect to see on this channel going forward this week? What do we got coming up? We got
This
you guys
week?
tomorrow. We got you
Yes.
guys tomorrow, right?
Yes.
So we're back in real time right now.
Yes, real time Twitch chat. We're talking to you.
Yeah. So we got Eads in the morning tomorrow, segueing beautifully
Yes.
into our
Hey,
good
do I
friend
stop the
Kevin.
recording?
Hang on. Let me. Don't press anything yet, Oliver. Yes, I'm on tomorrow.
What time?
I took the event off because I don't know if I was gonna be.
What time do you feel?
It's gonna be 12:30 Mountain Standard. I don't know what that is in your time zone. Fucking punch it into Google if it's a problem. I'll put the event up tonight.
2 Eastern, 2:30 Eastern,
yeah.
11:30 Pacific.
I'll put the event up when I get home.
GMT.
7:30
You
GMT.
just check our twitch.tv/talkingrecklesspodcast/events or just
Basically,
click the events.
don't close what you got open now.
Yeah.
And just stare at it for about the next 12 hours.
Yeah, it
and
might
boom.
go offline, but just leave it up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
leave it
on. We're gonna do Bloodborne. We played for like I don't know 2 hours last time. Died once.
Nice.
I am legitimately thinking about trying to only if I die again, I might start that run over. I think
Really?
I can do a no death run of Bloodborne.
You're doing the
Wow.
Hellblade.
I
Bloodborne
really
version?
think I can do a no death run of Bloodborne.
That's dedication.
Straight up, like
I
Have you played the
honestly
DLC?
think I can do it. No, see that's the one thing is I heard that DLC is fucking hard.
rounds.
So yeah, you're gonna do that, and then
Kevin's gonna do a Deathless Darkest Dungeon.
I'm gonna do some more Darkest Dungeon
I think he has to
tomorrow.
restart already.
Ooh.
Yeah.
No deaths. No deaths yet.
No deaths yet?
No.
Sweet.
We've dismissed a couple people, but we haven't had any legit deaths.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, lots of shit going on. When are you getting on there? When's your time?
I don't know. We'll see what happens with the night shift.
Path of Exile. The
No.
folks want to know. Star Wars Galaxy. You stream Star Wars Galaxies, we'll play with you online.
God.
Play with you online.
It's gonna be like, all right, guys, watch me mine this wheat, while I
BRB.
look at Twitter on the other screen. Yeah, I'll play Path of Exile on the non-streamed monitor.
yeah.
Yeah. That's fun.
There's a lot. They'll be coming up. Those two at least. Expect more.
Yeah. More and more every week, especially after the Rumble.
Okay, I can't wait. I gotta take a piss.
Yeah, I'm gonna shut this thing down. Thanks for sticking with us, Twitch chat. Always a pleasure to have you here. And I guess we'll see you tomorrow. I hope. I'll return the stream off while I'm
I
waiting.
don't know how to do it.
Go to outputs.
Should I just like smash it?
Nope.
Pull the plug?
Go to outputs and press the Twitch button.
This is great.
He's
This
learning.
is the
He's
deep
learning.
sausage.
Yeah.
Deep sausage right
People
here.
wanted to see how this thing worked. Here you go.
Button.
Yeah. See.